I dropped the go yard on the house, I just moved to Texas. The only else I'm owning is a blunt or Lexus. Continental breakfast at the Waldorf. If a bitch come to my room, she got her drawers off. You haul off, better get the moving. When that beef like call me brewing, and my niggas get the shooting. Only time you rock designer if you lootin'. Boy, I'm patient and I'm prudent. I ain't rushing like I'm Putin. I'm always in the flyest shit you never seen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Evergreen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Evergreen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Fuck you talk. King of New York, Christopher Walken. They pissed when I walk in. I demand attention. Got my name up in the comments and all of your mentions. What I grow from one show is like all of your pension. My thieves 40, please show you we don't want no pictures. Came a long way from the slums, I'm talking poor conditions. Got it out the mud, brother, more ambitious. I don't do religion, but my wardrobe Christian. Louis Vuitton, Dior, the new edition. You sweet as candy, girl, like new edition. Every time we crushing, I put you in new position. I dropped the go yard on the house, I just moved to Texas. The only else I'm owning is a blunt or Lexus. Continental breakfast at the Waldorf. If a bitch come to my room, she got her drawers on. You haul off, better get the moving. When that beef like call me brewing, and my niggas get the shooting. Only time you rock designer if you lootin'. Boy, I'm patient and I'm prudent. I ain't rushing like I'm Putin. I'm always in the flyest shit you never seen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Evergreen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Evergreen. Comes the ball and I'm the best. Kevin Durant. 7 figures what I net. Don't do nothing less. Making power moves. I'm talking big steps. I'm a big stepper. So what you expect? I'm just out here getting to that bag. I present a different swag. Get out your feelings. What you mad? What you had was in the past. I'm the present. I don't argue with no peasants. I ain't threatened by no weapon formed against me, cause I'm always in the flyest shit you never seen. I'm dripping in finesse. Never dream of being anything less than successful. My life special, shrewd businessman. I'm high level. I dropped the go yard on the house. I just moved to Texas. The only else I'm owning is a blunt or Lexus. Continental breakfast at the Waldorf. If a bitch come to my room, she got her drawers on. You haul off, better get the moving. When that beef like call me brewing, and my niggas get the shooting. Only time you rock designer if you lootin'. Boy, I'm patient and I'm prudent. I ain't rushing like I'm Putin. I'm always in the flyest shit you never seen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Evergreen.
Damn, let's call him Dizzy. Let's get that nigga over here too. Talk. Really be my flow crazy, keep it Lady Gaga. Never let them have my baby, tell them I was Baba. Catch me running through Brooklyn with my niggas know I like to keep a nice front size in the whip. Come with me, really be like take a trip. I don't play around, girl, I know the strip. This my hood, been around since I was 6. No basketball, but I used to smoke the mix. My boy come, yeah, he really with the shits. My son, yeah, let's keep a bitch. Next flow, yeah, soon to make me rich. Can't wait till the damn counting bricks. Wanna buy a big old house for my kids. I'ma take my mama out the hood with this. Fucking every only buy expensive shit. Tell nobody I been going through some shit. We gon' party, we gon' bullshit. We gon' party cause we going through the bullshit. We gon' party, we gon' bullshit. We gon' party cause we going through the bullshit. We gon' party, we gon' bullshit. We gon' party cause we going through the bullshit. We gon' party, we gon' bullshit. We gon' party cause we going through the bullshit. Snake you, with the tape, bad bitches come.
Girls gonna let you know the info. They're not gonna hold their tongue like nothing else. They get present when I see them. This is how I feel.
Girl, when I first looked at you, I knew that it had to be true. That there could be love at first sight. I knew it when I first looked at you. Cause girl, you're like an angel that somehow passed my way, girl. Special someone that I paid for. It feels like my lucky day. Cause She's pouring out her heart and soul to me. Now you tell me, is this love? Is this real? Is this fantasy?
Welcome to the RASnFRESH show. They're gonna let you know. Let you know that
We can find
Hello, hello. Where's my Rasta again?
I'm here.
There he is.
Sometimes I be having to get the drinks and my, party favors together.
Girl,
Hey, Fresh.
I just got some water right now, but don't worry, I got the goodies coming.
Hey, Fresh, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, love?
I am great. Thank you for asking. Salute to the chat. Thank you guys for being here with us tonight. We did have a breast cancer awareness show scheduled for tonight, but unfortunately some of our guests weren't able to make it, so we are rescheduling that for some weeks. Breast Cancer Awareness Month will be over, but still we would like to definitely salute those women and educate and enrich our people.
Absolutely. It's breast cancer awareness all the time. So we're definitely tapping into that.
Let's see who we have in the chat tonight. I see Jen. Hey, Jen, I missed you too.
Miss Roslyn. Hey, girl. Hey.
Willie Podcast, King Twin, Seven Still Ivan G. Yes. I see Jay Savage. Thank you for always coming, Jay. Miss Raslin, hey, you always support us, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We also have, he's not in the chat right now, but one of our supporters, his birthday is today, Rich Mo. We usually see him around, so today is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Rich.
Him. We also have Seven Still Story. His birthday was a week ago, I believe, or this week, a week ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Happy birthday to him. All the October birthdays and going into Scorpio season. If you guys want to send them a cash app, definitely send it to RASgirl37 or I am Lady Fresh. We will not promise you that they will get those cash apps, but you can send them. Thank you guys. Anyways, how you been doing, girl? How was the week?
Okay. I got my pink on, just so you know.
Yes, for Breast Cancer Awareness.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The week was long.
Yeah.
I think so. Today is the first full day that I've been home since the last show. And the last show was what? 8 days ago? 7 days ago?
Definitely.
Yes, I've been on the road the whole time.
Wow.
Yes, it's busy season, but I was determined that we were gonna make time to do this show.
Definitely.
We promised y'all once a week. We trying to deliver. But yeah, it's been really, really hectic. It's busy season in the hair transplant world. It's busy season in the travel agent world.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just trying to make it all work.
You're doing travel agent too? Did you say you're a travel agent as well?
I am a woman that wears many hats. Okay. One day I'm going to actually get on here and promote my business. I am an independent travel agent. So I am able to put together all kinds of trips for people. I actually just put together a very nice trip to Negril, Jamaica for the new year for a family of 8 for one of my daughters. So nice commission. They got a really good rate, traveling with me. So ever have any travel needs, if you want to put together a trip, an itinerary that you just, might find difficult to do on your own, or, you have questions about, COVID tests, whether or not you need to have vaccination cards to travel certain places. I'm your girl. I can help you with all that kind of stuff. So we're going to do a show about that one day.
Oh, okay, cool. And when you say you're there, do you do like the whole thing, the flights, the
I do everything.
Everything.
So for the family of 8 that I just booked their trip for, he basically filled out my travel questionnaire and basically asked some very standard questions about where he wants to go, a budget he had in mind, who's traveling, how old the children are, areas of the world that they may actually want to travel, because some people have an idea of what they want. And sometimes they have no clue. They're just like, he was just open to somewhere hot in the city. So Jamaica naturally came to mind. And so once he sends me that form, I look over it and I start pulling itineraries and,
on and popping for them. So you guys who have
nice budget too, so it was easy to put the
you guys who have wives, girlfriends, special women, and other women,
internet booze, the iconic work husband, not you got a husband at home and then that other thing.
That other thing that you call your thing when the other thing ain't paying attention to that thing, are you? But make sure you get them a ticket too through our lovely I Am Lady Fresh.
A lot of people, Roz, think that travel agents are obsolete. And I found it very funny because when I got into the business, COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I spent the time researching and getting certifications in different parts of the world. So I have a certification as a specialist for Jamaica, for Mexico, for Qatar, which I've been to 3 times. Florida, Vegas, my second home. So I have certifications to handle particular areas, but I still know about other areas. And if I don't know it, I research it for you. So I can still deliver it to you. But people are scared about traveling. They have questions. They don't know whether or not, it's safe to travel to certain regions of the world. And so having a travel agent actually soothes a lot of those worries and concerns. Like once you hand it over to me, I got you from beginning to end. You want to go there. Like I send gifts ahead of time for my clients. Once they get to their rooms, they have gifts in their rooms. Like we try to add little personal touches to make the travel experience worthwhile. And we actually come in a little less expensive than a lot of doing it yourself.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, the benefits and how less expensive it is. But I think you hit that for us on the mark.
And sometimes it can be equal, but the difference is if you get an itinerary on Priceline and an itinerary with me that both say $1,200, more than likely my $1,200 is going to include travel insurance. Priceline and travel insurance is super important right now.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, people have to cancel trips left and right, especially if they can't get, COVID tests or they end up testing positive. That happened to somebody. They tested positive for COVID within the 7 days of their trip, and so they ended up not being able to go. And guess what? They had travel insurance, so they were able to reschedule their trip for another time. Now, somebody who didn't have travel insurance, they would have took a big L.
No, and that travel insurance is important because how many times have I called you to my girl, my ticket was canceled and I don't know what to do? And she be so calm, like,
let me hold on,
guys. Let me tell you something, my roster girl.
Ow. No. But the funny thing is, I like doing it. And for years, people would like reach out to me about trips because I will spend days looking for an itinerary if it means getting a good deal and not having to necessarily end up connecting 57,000 million times. There's ways to find discounted tickets, and if anybody gonna find it for you,
it's gonna be you.
It's gonna be this one.
Always on the A game. So did you want to preference some things about breast cancer before you went to the other topics as far as like intervention and prevention?
So, like Roz said, we're really disappointed that we weren't able to have our guest on today, but we definitely are going to bring in some survivors or warriors, like I like to call them, advocates to come and discuss with you their journeys. My sister was diagnosed with breast cancer and she is in remission now, thank the Lord. It changed our family a lot. I feel like it really made me realize how human we really are. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of happens for us sometimes when it's too late. when somebody's already gone. But
Yeah.
I'm just so grateful that, with my sister, she was able to be diagnosed very early, like a stage 0. And that's almost unheard of. And that's because she was always up on her care, seeing her doctors, and, doing monthly breast exams, which is very, very important to do, starting pretty young. I encourage my daughter, to do monthly breast exams as well.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing, your doctor if you feel anything that is, abnormal. For African American women, the statistics are significantly higher in terms of, breast cancer and even deaths related to breast cancer are higher amongst African American women. We're not catching it early. Early detection and early diagnosis is super important. So, if anything seems abnormal, if anything is even remotely concerning to you, if you are a woman who has dense breasts or, cystic or fibrous breasts, like, you need to not only get a mammogram, but you need to get ultrasounds because sometimes the mammograms don't pick these things up. So I think the awareness is important. The education is important. Early detection is important. We rallied around my sister, the family support, the spiritual support, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, with all those things in place, we had every intention of helping her beat this.
Yeah.
And she is a warrior. She's my hero. She is,
salute to you, big sis.
Big sister. She's one of the most important people in my life. And I couldn't imagine life without her. And seeing her strength over the years and her advocacy and, just how much she appreciates the life that she has. I mean, it's inspiring. So you guys out there, you ladies, make sure you take care of the tatas. It's very important.
And in regards to what Fresh said, as far as like early detection, they do, if you have insurance is always willing to pay for that once a year for women who are over the age of 40. And prior to that, from the ages of 35 to 39, they do a pre-detection test. You can get that for free as well. And with that test, they try to look into what is called BRCA testing. That shows like your genealogy as well as if it's hereditary in your family of any such gene or of cancer or something of that nature. So although we are talking about women, breast cancer does affect men too. It is very rare, but also keep yourselves in great health and wellness all the time, mentally, spiritually, and physically. That's what we always try to push here at Leveling Up with RASnFRESH. So, make sure that we're always protecting ourselves. So number one, always try to prevent it and intervene. And if it does happen, God forbid, we're going to be here to always support and help those. So.
And I've also heard of instances where, husbands actually find the lump in their wives or, their significant other's breast. So, men pay attention to, something don't seem right. There's a little different agent there,
I hope if I got a husband, he better pay attention. I'm like, you ain't feeling shit first before I got there? Forbid, but I'm just saying.
And that's a real thing. Like I've heard of that particular scenario where it was like something don't seem right. What I mean? We have to do better with taking care of ourselves. And we're gonna do another episode on self-care because we want to make sure that people understand that self-care is ongoing. Not just in September. Breast cancer awareness is not just October. Self-care incorporates everything, whether it's cancer, it's mental health, it's diabetes, whether it's, any type of issues, you have to take care of yourself. And that's a lesson that I'm trying to learn myself, with the way that Fresh and I work, you know what I mean? Like the grind this and then trying to launch, more businesses and do the show. Like you burn out, you get tired, and it's important to take care of yourself. So this is therapy for me.
Me too. Before we get into the other topics of the show, we just want to recognize the other people who staggered in a little late. Keep on staggering because we need y'all to come in and support the Ignorant Misfits report. Thank you for joining us tonight. I did see Miss Shannon in sales and accounting. Thank you for joining, as well as Kevin in sales. Thank you for joining. And I think I also saw the Ignorant Fucker report. I'm not really sure, but thank you for joining as well. So, girl, did you hear about the new reparations that's coming out for people that look like not you and not me, but the immigrants who have illegally come over and were separated from their families? President Biden is trying to fulfill, his administration is basically trying to fulfill that what Trump promised to give these families $450,000 in legal fees and reparations from being separated from their family. Supposedly, up until today, they have reunified, I believe, the reunification process that they're going through. They've only put together about 58 families.
5'8", like
5'8".
Oh, okay.
5'8", 58. So now they're trying to settle these cases of all those people doing paperwork, writing, kids, God forbid, who were in cages, parents who lost their children, women and children who were separated, husbands and wives. Now they want to offer them $450,000. And some are still asking for $1 million. Do you think that is something that not necessarily feasible? Do you think that is something that should happen, considering that they're not of this? Some of these people are basically foreigners and not of this country, and they did try to come over here illegally. And I look at it as rewarding somewhat of bad behavior, in my opinion.
So I have mixed feelings about it. I think it was over like 3,000 children separated from members.
Yeah.
And as far as the separation of the children, I'm trying to understand why. You know what I mean? And I think people flee to this country for safe asylum or whatever reasons. And there needs to be a better way for people to do that. It needs to be a legal way. So they need to be focusing on how to control the illegal entrance and make it so that there is a way that people can earn their way into this country, earn their way to be here. I don't agree with, illegal immigration, but it happens. As far as the children being taken away for so long, and for so many of them to be separated, from their parents, I just don't understand that. I don't understand the justification behind it. And I don't agree that they necessarily need to be rewarded for bad behavior. But when it comes to like separating kids from their parents, I mean, that's traumatic for the children. The children are innocent in all of this. So I have mixed feelings about it. I definitely think that the issue needs to be addressed. Like something needs to be done so that people can feel safe here. But at the same time, like it's so many problems that we have here. There's so many problems that, the U.S. is dealing with, and we're always reaching out and always taking care of everyone else's problems.
Yeah.
So, again, like I said, I have mixed feelings on it.
Ivan G asked, so instead of sending them back, are they giving them money? So now what they're doing is proposing it. Biden, next week is election time, November 2nd. Make sure you guys get out and vote for whatever it is that your state legislation has going on in the state and in your city and municipalities. But they are basically trying to propose $450,000 for each immigrant family that was separated.
See that? They not even giving us reparations, and we built the
Thank you. We've been over here for 400 plus, and we still chucking and fighting and shit. Excuse my language, but there's not a consideration, I feel, for African American people. And I'm sorry. I understand that these children have been separated. But for me, I feel that that's the price that you pay when you are trying to flee a country and come into another one illegally.
But that's the price that parents pay. The children are innocent. So that becomes the issue. That's why it's such a torn issue for me, because it's not the children's fault.
Okay, so if it's not the children's fault, then put the children in asylum, or be able to house them, put them in school, make sure that they get good jobs and housing and schooling, and be able to live, and then send the parents back. But to give them $450,000,
I know,
parents sent them over here.
That part I don't agree with that.
Yeah, like I have a lot of immigrant friends, and they tell me the risk that they take with coming over here, the routes. I have friends from El Salvador, Honduras, all kinds of places, and it's a process. And I thank God that I was born here in this country. I could never go through what they're going through, and it's unfortunate that you would have to leave your country because it's so bad to come over here.
See, that's my thing.
But that once again is a process. That last week they wasn't letting the Haitians over here. So now we about to pay some people for coming over here, sitting over here legally, and these people needed help too, and y'all even think about giving them $1 to help them? I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, it ain't gonna never be fair all the way around. It just, I don't know. I'm just one of those people. I guess I have a little bit of a bleeding heart. It's like, I feel like for someone to really take that risk, and listen. If they got to send them back, send them back. If that's the way that they have to, make a point, then that's the way they need to make a point. I don't agree with giving $450,000. I don't agree with giving them $50,000 damn dollars.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
But I do think that use that money to create the programs necessary to bridge that. To make there a safe passage for people to escape whatever it is that they're trying to escape, because it's obvious with numbers like that in droves, there's a reason. And so if they're gonna reach out and try to help, don't try to put a band-aid on the shit because you separated all these kids from their parents. Like, make it so that there is a way that this country can still sustain, not be in debt, not take care of home, but still be able to help immigrants be able to come over in a legal and safe way. You know how many people probably died trying to get here?
Girl, yes.
Kids probably died trying to get here. Like, to me, that says, like, I just don't think that we know what they're facing, like, in their countries. Like, we don't know.
Well, I dated an immigrant for 8 years. He had no papers, and he was over here. And
that was you wanted to see him go home?
Huh?
You wanted to see him go home?
I would never want to see him go home because we share a child together. So we're no longer together, but he is in his daughter's life, however he can be, if that's financially or physically. But it's never my decision for him to go home. I'm stuck in a compromising situation, whereas if you file child support on him and he doesn't pay child support because he is an immigrant, he could possibly get deported, but it's a whole, but I'm always about, I want to see the man and the woman take care of their children.
Even if it's not an immigrant, the whole child support system, the way it's designed for all to fail, especially the Black man. So, exactly. That's going to tie into some of what we're talking about today. The child, I don't even like that word. Like, it needs to be revamped completely because it's not a fair situation. Like you said, you have to worry if you try to do that, it can send him home. And then for people who are citizens here, you try to file child support and it can send them to jail. There's certain different circumstances for different people. Some men are not paying child support because they don't want to, but there's situations where, like, you're not helping by putting the man in jail or taking his license. Like, why would you take the livelihood that they're gonna, that's what they use to make money. You're gonna take those things. Now, not only am I not getting the money, but he's deported, so now my child don't get to even see her father, or he's in jail, so my child don't even get to see her father. So now there's no relationship and there's no money. Tell me how that shit makes sense. How does it make sense?
It makes no sense at all.
Not at all.
It makes no sense. But it can get pretty tricky. That definitely goes into the whole toxic love topic.
You see,
what is Ivy G's question? Oh, I think I missed it. Somebody, did he say, did he get papers? No, he did not get any papers. He is a traveling man. He works and, does what he does. I have no idea where he is. If you really want to know, and that, I guess that's the advantages of living in that lifestyle and not ever having to do those things. But I just think that there should be a different process in paying out these immigrants. I don't even think that they should be getting paid. I think that if you want to pay them, spend $450 and sending them back to their homeland or getting them reestablished here. That's how I feel. What you laughing at, Tia?
Because you said you wouldn't want to see your daughter's father be sent back home, but you want them to give them $450 and send all the rest of the people home.
I'm saying if they are, my kid's father did not come over here in that pack that they trying to get $450.
Oh, he came in here.
He came about 10 years ago. But still, if you came over here legally, and we live over here every day legal. And people that look like us have a hard time getting jobs, educations, apartments, walking down the street, not getting looked at crazy, going into the store and not getting people staring at us, myself, and people that look like what they consider brown, black and brown. So, no. How you gonna get that money for coming over here legally, and we can't get money for living over here every day in the place where we was born?
I get it. I just was clarifying that you were saying it's okay for one to stay, but the rest got to go. Oh, the rest, because he came 10 years ago when it wasn't a swarm of them coming like that, huh? It was just one.
Yeah, I don't really know. I ain't know him 10 years ago. Hey, Buddy Lee. Hey, Eve, too. Thank you for coming.
What time? What is it? Super Soaker Saturdays. What time that start?
So we talking about. Go ahead. You want to say something fresh?
No, I'm listening to you.
We talking about toxic love. If y'all saw that in the title, toxic love is referring to the love that's displayed amongst Black people, females and women. There is a message that is being spread, I believe, around the women's sphere of aborting Black male children. And also those reasons are because the reasons why some of these women in the women's sphere are on that is because they feel that the Black males in this country are problematic. So why continue to birth a problem? They also feel that to be a single woman is a problem because you will automatically get left by a Black man. They also feel that these men are not capable of providing and protecting for the Black woman, and that we should divest to dating outside of our race and doing other things. People as myself, I think, would be considered what they call a Black man's, I don't know, worshiper. Yeah, I found out that I am considered a Black man's worshiper, I would say, because I love Black men. Like, I love Black men. I want to see the best. I want to board Black children, have a Black family, the best for Black economy for myself and my family. So I don't think that people are yet to see the positive in that, or they haven't experienced that yet. Do you think that Black men aren't capable of being husbands and being providers and fathers?
I have a problem with the generalization. You know what I mean? Like, it may be a lot of Black men. It may be not a lot of Black men. So, but to say, and just listening to this topic in different arenas, I just keep hearing Black men, like all Black men. And it's not all Black men. And I don't like the generalization. So that's the first thing that bothers me. Secondly, I love Black men. I was raised by a Black man. I married a Black man. I went to school with Black men. My brothers are Black men. Like, I love them, but I love people as well. And I feel like, I think it's an issue. The issue for me is if if you choose you want to marry or date outside of your race, that's your business. I just don't like it to be the alternative to the Black man or the alternative to the Black woman. You know, we're going to have issues with one another. And I just think that our, you know, the culture and the society that we live in now has just changed so much over the years. Like, you look at the Black family in the 50s and 60s, and it doesn't look the same. You know, time has changed things. There's a lack of respect between men and women, Black men, Black women. They're misunderstood by one another. There should be a certain amount of accountability on both parts. But I'm never gonna give up on the Black man. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that I need to take their disrespect or, you know, disrespect them in turn. But I just think the generalization is what hurts the most. And we all really want the same thing, Roz. Like, it's not even like, if you listen to both sides, the things that Black men say about Black women and the things that Black women say about Black men, both sides have legitimate issues with one another. And we really, at the end of the day, want the same thing. But I just feel like, you know, so much was lost over time as technology developed and things became easier. You know, relationships became more casual. Back in the day, people got married, they stayed married. Their business stayed between them. Everybody wasn't in each other's business. You know, it just was a different time. As progressed, as drugs hit the scene, crack and, you know, all that kind of stuff hit the scene, you started seeing our men going to jail, the separation of the Black family. I mean, it's no wonder we are where we are today. You're muted.
Okay, I wanted to highlight a comment on the screen. Miss Shannon Estelle, she says, many Black men have been vocal about their preference of other races of women. It's time for Black women to do the same unless they want to remain single. I think that is a very wonderful and heavy comment. I myself am a single woman. I say that I'm single because I file my taxes by myself, and until that changes, then you know, I can say that I'm in a relationship or something. But right now I'm single on paper. And I have never dated outside of my race, and I won't say that I've been treated horribly by men, because I don't think I have. I think I've been through what people go through in relationships, whether that was cheating and infidelity, lies, not being able to hold your weight or something. I wouldn't necessarily just characterize it for Black men. I myself just want to be married or want to be in a relationship with a Black man. So I couldn't see it any other way, but I do understand what Miss Shannon is saying. And I love that she's saying that, considering that she is married to a Black man. So it's like, go out, you guys, and find happiness. Like, just,
and that's always been my thing, Roz. It's like, if you, with the day and age that we live in, you know what I mean? If you're lucky enough to find love, somebody genuine to you, then I don't care what they are. If you're happy, the problem is everybody got a motherfucking opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leave people the hell alone. Mind your business. You know what I mean? That's first of all. And second of all, like, I just think, you know, like I said, I'm all about the Black family. I love to see our Black people just elevating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love to see that within our community. But that doesn't mean that you can't find love outside of it. I just, like I said, I just don't like the just go out and find you a white man or go out and find you a white woman, because that's not gonna fix what the problems are. You know, the problems lie is that the communication between the Black man and a Black woman a lot of times is not there, especially if you're unevenly yoked, or, you know, you're dealing with a woman who comes from a lot of pain, or you're dealing with a man that comes with a lot of baggage. You know, you look at our parents back in the day, and it was different. You know what I mean? The man was the provider, and typically the woman was home, you know, on the forefront. And you've kind of seen things change over the years. Like, you know, both parents are working, you know, women, you know, it takes two incomes to take care of the household. You know, I think some women hold baggage and resentment towards men because they are now carrying those roles. Or they end up becoming single parents. I don't think that's all the men's fault, you know, and I've heard that rhetoric a lot lately. It's like these men are making these babies with multiple women, and I'm like, you know, it kind of goes,
Yeah.
you know what I
They're
mean?
saying like your man already got a baby over here. You already sharing him. So you know, you sharing your man. You can't get him to yourself. He got 4 and 5 kids here and there. But my question is, people act like baby mama syndrome and baby father syndrome is something that you choose. You can't be a baby mama and you can't be a baby father until you have a child and that relationship is dissolved and you are now a single parent. Like, why do people go out and feel that people choose that lifestyle? My other question is, what makes you a single parent? Are you a single parent because you're not in a relationship? Are you a single parent because you live in a home with the child by yourself? Are you still considered a single parent if your child sees their father or mother every weekend, or if that man is constantly contributing financially, or the mother is too, because there are women who pay child support too? What is the single parent?
How did you define being single? How did you define being single? You file your taxes as single, right?
Yeah, I filed my taxes as being single.
Parent file their taxes single. Now, you can still be a supportive, non-custodial parent, but at the end of the day, if that man has custody or they are living in the home with that child, taking care of that child day in and day out, and they are not married or with the mate or with the father or whatever, they're still a single parent. However, there are single parents who co-parent and they still take care of their children and handle their responsibilities. But you know, if you're looking at legally, document wise, you know, you're single as long as you file your taxes. And I'm just using your analogy. You know, as long as you file your taxes as single.
Because I look at it like, I'm a single parent, and I don't want to offend nobody, but I look at it like I'm a single parent down to the bone. I don't have any other support. Like, my daughter is upstairs in the bed. I have to do that an hour ahead so I can be on here. I work at home because I don't have a babysitter or anybody else outside, and I only can work hours of 8 to 5 because I don't have that father to come and babysit or do that. I'm a single mother because I pay for her insurance out of my paycheck, and that doesn't come out the father, and I don't get child support or anything. So I feel that I'm a single mother. I feel that I'm a single parent because I can't fly here or go here or even go to down the street without a babysitter. There are some people here who have a village and have millions of people that help them. There are some women who have a cordial relationship with these men and get child support, get babysitting, get all of this stuff, and they still want to wear this flag of I'm a single woman. And I think that's a detriment to our men in our society, because if they are helping, then those are the men also that we should be commending. Because let's commend this co-parenting relationship that's being started, opposed to always wanting to condemn and fall into that, oh, he ain't doing shit type thing. You don't want to wear that hat all day. That's how, I'm not trying to, you know, knock any other single parent, but that's my single parent story. I wish I had support if I had family or somebody, but I wouldn't dare say that, oh, if my kid's father was doing half the shit that I see a lot of men who are not in the home with the woman do, I wouldn't consider myself a total single parent. I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, I think you are absolutely right. I agree with, you know, what you say about, you know, the term single parent. But if you're talking legally, it's what I said, is where you're here, he's there, and y'all are not together. You are not together. So, but I understand what you're saying, because there is a true difference between a woman who is not getting any support or help at all, versus someone who is, you know, getting that village, that you know, people helping her. And I was very fortunate to, when I was raising my oldest daughter, even though her father and I weren't together, you know, for the most part, we co-parented. You know, we didn't see eye to eye sometimes, but I didn't make it my mission to make his life hard. And I think sometimes that kind of gets tossed to the side, that it's always the man that's the problem. He made the baby, he left. sometimes relationships don't work. And that's okay. Some men can't be with that woman, but they want to parent. But what about the women that make that hard? That's a conversation that people like to have.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, listen, there's plenty of women who do get stuck with real shit bags. You know what I mean? It's real talk, but
it is what it is.
I've seen it firsthand, where the woman is a problem. She's not about her shit. She just wants to make that man's life difficult because they are not together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think, like I said, the times have changed so much because it's not the Black family anymore. The families are split up. There's step this and step that, and you got a baby over here, a baby over there, and that wasn't what the family unit was supposed to be like. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out how to get back to that has become like nearly impossible now. And so we're constantly at each other's throats. And you have the Black woman who, they have to be strong, but then they get criticized for being strong. And then you have the Black man who has to fight for respect in the house and out the house. So the communication is shitty. You got a woman with a child and then a baby daddy, and then the new boyfriend or stepdaddy can't say
and
nothing.
Uncle JoJo. Yeah.
Right. It's all a clusterfuck now.
Yeah.
So how do you change that though? How do you change it? That's the question.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you promote the Black family. Like my parents have been married for 33 years. My grandparents were married. Both sets of my grandparents were married for years. My father's parents died about 5 years ago. They both died together. My grandfather died on April the 3rd. My grandmother died on April the 4th, but they were married for 40 plus years.
Like the same year, back to back?
Yes, and my grandmother was never sick. And when she found out that he went into the hospital and passed away, she was like, she just stopped breathing. We hadn't even told her and she was already gone. She called his name, Joe, one more time. And that was it for her. But that's like that love, that unity. Like they took care of 5 children. And on my maternal side, my grandparents were married too. Now, somebody would look at me as a single mother. They'll say, oh, she ain't have a daddy in her life and I was raised in a 2-parent home. I'm saying that people get so caught up in what they think that Black people go through and what Black people doing, when that a lot of these things can be circumstantial and situational and all of those things. I think that Black women are very disrespectful to Black men.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree with that part of it. I think that we have lost our respect for men. We don't think that they can lead us because we don't feel like they choose us. And in some cases, they don't choose us because we don't show them that type of respect. Some women feel like I don't have to respect you.
Like I feel like ultimately we really want the same things, right? It's just how do we get each other to see one another, to hear one another? Because you do got some ignorant ass niggas out there who don't know straight up. They don't respect women. They don't care who they have babies with. They're verbally, emotionally, mentally abusive to women and have their foot on their neck. Then you have on the other end women who are disrespectful to men. They don't know how to talk to them. They don't know how to treat them and appreciate them, especially when they have a good one. But when you think about it, like, where are the examples now? Because I know when I was growing up, I had an example. I had my mom and my dad in the same house. You know what I mean? So I had an example to see. We were around people where that example was there. Now, today, like, marriage is not even on the radar for a lot of like this next generation. That's not even something that they see in their future. So if they have that mindset already so young, like, what is the Black family gonna look like in a little while?
You're right.
It's kind of scary, and I just think sometimes we just miss each other. Like, it's just we just misunderstand. It's just one of those things. Like we just misunderstand each other so much that we're all really saying the same things.
Yeah, I'm just not with that whole black woman speaking. I'm not saying the same things as none of them because I feel like there is a way to communicate a message. Please don't speak horrible of black men. I love black men. I had 2 black men that raised me. I'm not speaking horribly of those black men. I got 6 living brothers and 2 dead brothers, and I love them to death. I can't stand up here and be like, "Oh, these NIGGs like this," and I ain't trying to have those babies, and because my mama didn't have to choose to have me if she was that fucking self-destructive in her mind, or if she had that much self-hatred, because it's a process. When you have these babies, it's not that this black man left me with this baby, because if he left you with that baby, either you choose that responsibility to take that child up, or he choose that responsibility. And when you choose to be a parent, you try to give them the best possible life, the environment, the education, and you yourself need to be straight. So whatever you feel that these black men doing because we birthed them out our womb and we done put them in this environment, then that woman also is a part of that too. It bothers me that black men sit up here and talk about all these black women that they hate and love on, but they raising black girls. How does that even correlate? What you gonna say? Oh, I love you, but I hate them other bitches and I don't want you to be like them. Oh, you don't want them to be like the same bitches you bring around me? Like, you gotta lead by example. This is why black women don't respect black men, because where's the example? Who's leading us? Who are the submissive women that can follow and lead? We have a lot of people hitting this chat right now and behind the scenes asking for the link. I think we should drop it, take a quick break, and come back and try to start the discussion. What you think?
Whatever you want to do, Rasta girl.
You want to say something about that?
No, I agree with you. It's like I said, I feel like at the end of the day, most people want the same thing, to be appreciated, respected. You know what I mean? Like I was listening to something. I love the Ellises. Like, I don't really do a lot of like therapy kind of shit or black, like following, relationship people, but I really love the Ellises because they really show their shit. And when he not feeling something, he let it be known. When she not feeling something, he let it be known. They still come together and respect one another. And I think they had a therapist one day, and the therapist was like, Black women can't talk to black men crazy like that. They're not equipped to take that. Like, that is not, the dialogue will go sideways when you start talking crazy to a man like that. And a lot of times the first thing we'll say is, well, he blah 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 blah. And like we probably have some ground to stand on, because some men just, they are disrespectful. I'm very grateful that my black man is not that way. But I have been in relationships where, men have tried to clip your wings or tried to be belittling or whatever. And I found myself trying to combat them with taking my tone higher or making my curse words stronger or, trying to just dig and jab. And then what you have to be careful with is that you don't carry that same toxic behavior into the relationship with the man that is everything that you need him to be. So a whole lot of, I just feel like it's just a whole lot of trauma. Yeah. People don't deal with their trauma. Yeah. It's a lot of trauma. So I just think that we find ourselves in a situation now that we're dealing with this whole generational thing. And it keeps trickling down, but we haven't figured out how to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. I just need to run upstairs really fast on the baby. We do have 2 people in the back. Do you want me to bring them up or do you want to wait 1 second?
We can play a song. We'll bring them up and come back.
Cool. Ignorant Misfits and then Kevin and Sales. We see you guys. Just give us 1 second, okay? Thank you.
Pimp, pimp, pimp.
Never could have made it without you.
The pimp god is good. Come to the church of Yellow J, it's an experience. Where all my first ladies sweeter than spearmint. If you running from police, I hope you clear the fence. And if you didn't make it, shut the fuck up, keep some sense. Unique told me that you beefing with them, hold me back. We're from the coldest south of living in the coldest set. If you don't like what I say, then hold my set. I'm a god of human clothes, my bones artifacts. I'm a shark, my fin higher than stars and stats. You think I top up on you quicker than a car that's crashed? You talk about the black hole, I'm the largest ass. I slim a folk quicker than a Vince Carter pad. But I danced with the devil yesterday, I'm hard as cash. If I could part the Red Sea, I'll part you fast. I hit you in your chin, charge your glass. I'm from the Reuben Carter class, call a mass. The only king I know is smash. I'm old school Miss Parker class. In my hood, I'm revolution. They call me Dr. Good Doppy X. Girl, take your clothes off, it's hot as set. She took her nose to the cotton test. Pick with her nostril, yes. Will I partake? I confess. I wouldn't join you with a vacuum jet. I'm a pimp, I passed the test. Devout? That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Say you cut that new thing off the lot, man, that's cool. Say you got my foot spots on the block, man, that's cool. Me man run your town, yeah, I know, yeah, that's cool. My name really big. Who the fuck are you? Say you cut that new thing off the lot, man, that's cool. Say you got my foot spots on the block, man, that's cool. Me man run your town, yeah, I know, yeah, that's cool. My name really big. Who the fuck are you? See? This that lethal weapon. Nigga, get to stepping. Omega like I'm stepping. QC label rapping. Beat my chest around me. You can't fucking stop me. Devo, this behind me. But just keep on climbing. I like no one around me. Must I keep on climbing. Music, baby, winded. Beat my flow, I'm rhyming. Brooklyn right behind me. Really big, got timing. Willie be from Brooklyn. Like my noodles ramen. I say son a lot. Got that shit from school. Plus I bun a lot. Lucy be my favorite, but my face be like, ooh, bitches like you too. In a room, no interview. Now see what she get. Give my dick some room. Johnny Ranch and blue. Disrespect. Beat them black and blue. Blow them on the news. Maybe morning or the afternoon. Nigga, say you cut that new thing to a lot. Man, that's cool. Say you got my foot spots on the block. Man, that's cool. Me man run your town. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's cool. My name is B. Who the fuck are you? Say you cut that new thing off the lot. Man, that's cool. Say you got my foot spots on the block. Man, that's cool. Me man run your town. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's cool. My name is B. Who the fuck are you? Alright down, cause she freaky, taking pictures, bitch don't leave me, too exclusive, call me Showtime, get up on that, then it's Showtime. Hit the skins till I go by, Mary White, she a girl, smoking big bucks for big owner. Moving up, I'm on my own at BBM, sound like who that, Willie B, I thought you knew that, tell my shit, let me do that. Stay your bitch, why you do that? Common sense, shoulda knew that, tell your bitch, she a new cat, pull up what, bitch, do that. I'm from Brooklyn, but they do that. Say you cut that new thing off the lot, man, that's cool. Say you got about 4 spots on the block, man, that's cool. Me man run your town, yeah, I know, yeah, that's cool. My name really big. Who the fuck are you? Say you cut that new thing off the lot, man, that's cool. Say you got about 4 spots on the block, man, that's cool. Me man run your town, yeah, I know, yeah, that's cool. My name really big. Who the fuck are you?
I love that damn song. My name is who the fuck are you? My name is who the fuck are you? I'm about to start rapping.
Definitely salute to Willie B and Verbals, our wonderful independent artists here, as well as Willie B does all our promotions and banners, and we love him to death. Salute to Larry Beach, mi amor. Thank you for joining. I saw him in the chat, so I want to say hi to him. We have two guests in the back who want. Go ahead. First, you were saying something. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying hi to Larry Beach.
We had two guests in the back, so we want to bring them up so they can speak. I'm sure they are waiting patiently. Here we go.
Hi, how are you ladies doing?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Thank you for coming to the channel.
Thank you so much. RASnFRESH, I think that this topic that you ladies have is phenomenal, and it's something that really needs to be discussed amongst us. And I'm so I wanted to have this open dialogue with us, so I'm so grateful that you opened up the panel to allow us to be able to speak freely on this topic. I think it's important. How are you doing over there? I believe that too. Yeah, you're welcome.
And then we have down here, I believe this is Kevin and
what was his name?
Here.
Oh, yeah,
Kevin and Sales. Welcome to the panel.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, this is Kevin and Sales. How you doing?
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I wanted to first say hello to everybody on the panel, but also wanted to broach the topic of divesting, if I may. Is that all right?
Sure.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be blunt as usual. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. What I've noticed about the divesting community, particularly with Black women or Black American women, and you know what, to be completely honest with you, even with African women and Caribbean women, is that they Black women, and I'm assuming you guys are not divestors, correct?
No.
Okay. So what I've noticed over the course of my life, in my adult life, is that the women who generally divest, they have a lot of self-esteem issues. One that I've noticed, because I know a lot of women in my personal life. A few of my friends from college, they were huge divestors. And I noticed that there's a self-esteem issue in terms of a colorism. I also noticed that they felt like they were getting back at Black men when they would have a white guy. And the third outcome is that I noticed that a lot of them were not elevated anywhere higher in society than they would have been with a white guy. I mean, with a Black guy. I have a friend of mine, well, not a friend of mine, but she used to be a really good friend of mine years ago. But, you know, she met a white guy and now she's addicted to all types of drugs. You know, she's an addict, and this was years. I haven't talked to her in almost a decade, but she's an addict, and I've noticed this with a lot of, like, look at the Black woman in Texas. Is that Texas, Ross girl? The situation with the Black girl with the white dude. The white dude murdered her child, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so these cases, believe it or not, they're very rampant in the divesting community, and I do a lot of research into this. Believe it or not, I never really wanted to come out and say this, but I do a lot of research into this. And what it is that a lot of these divestors, they feel like, well, you know, they've had a hard time with Black men. They've had all these situations with Black men. So now I'm going to get back at them. But instead of getting the top shelf Brad, they get the trailer park Chad, if that makes any sense. And not in all cases, but generally, just like how when Black men date white women, they get the fat, sloppy, disgusting ones, white women. It's the same thing with a lot of divesting Black women. They get the bottom tier white men, unfortunately. So I could see if divesting for Black women was percentage wise was effective economically and socially, but the numbers just don't add up, you know, because for every Black woman who marries a high value white guy, I can show you 10 Black women who live in utter abject poverty with a poor trailer trash white guy. And the news, it's all in the news. Look, there was a football player. His name is Al Toon. He played for the Jets. Just over the summer, his daughter was murdered by her white husband. But
True.
these divestors, they don't talk about this at all. They don't talk about these situations. And if you go to their channels, and when you bring it up, they kick you off the channel, they kick you off the chat, they get you up out of there real quick. So, I could understand if divesting was a lucrative business for Black women. Don't get me wrong. But if you're just trying to be with a white guy just because, you're trying to get back at Tyrone or you want, and I've heard Black women say they want lighter children. That's kind of asinine. It's stupid. So what say you, Fresh and Roz? I don't want to ball hog the conversation.
It's,
If I could be able to dive in on this, I would love to.
I was going to say, it sounds like she wants to speak. Go ahead, Ignorant Misfits.
Yeah, Kevin, I appreciate your viewpoints on that, and while you make some great assertions, I've been sitting here taking some notes on some things, and we have to be able to let that be known that, and you did kind of briefly mention earlier, as it relates to the disproportionate number of Black women that do have relationships with people outside of their own race. And I'm going to say this from the African, this comes from the African diaspora, women that are from the African diaspora, non-Black Americans, okay? These are the ones that we typically see that cling themselves to non-Blacks, preferably white. I'm not sure how comfortable you guys are with using that term. And let's just make a disclaimer here that this is no slight. This is no judgment on anyone that has these preference towards other, towards people in these communities. This is not what this is about. We're just making an observation about something. And I think that when they like to try to, group us all in, they group the Black Americans in too, as well as with them. Here we are, Black women, Black American women. And that's who I like to identify myself as a Black American, not an African American. And that's something that we can talk about on another day. Nevertheless, I'm very familiar with the historical artifacts of that. But just because I don't know where my heritage lies within the African, diaspora, I reference myself as a Black American. So with that, we do know that there's been many of African women that really align themselves with white men. That's happened over there in Africa. This is no secret. And so what can come about that is social climbing. It may be deemed because of self-worth, disregard for their own heritage, and just self-hate altogether. But let me just go back and just say something. When you young ladies mentioned what women's roles are and in Western society as it relates to the Black man and what their contributions are to them and what the lack thereof is, okay? There was a fall of the Black family infrastructure that happened back in the late 1970s. I think that we do know that. We're not speaking about the Black Wall Street, anything like that. We're talking about the Black family structure. And that came by way of, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Elaborate.
When families were able to start, and I'm saying Black families, and we can really equate that to California, if we're going to just even pinpoint a specific region. When Blacks were being receiving assistance, because you do know that welfare was actually derived from the white family when the husband went away to war. So therefore, they supplied these white women with care, monetary, what have you. So there was never supposed to be for us, for Black women, to receive that until it became a necessity over time. All right. So when that started to blossom itself, then we have it to where, all right, well, if we're going to help you, you cannot have a Black man in this home. Okay. If we're going to help you. So what needs to happen is if you're going to receive any sorts of government assistance, the father is not allowed to be in this home. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely right.
That's
All right.
right.
All right. So when that happened, that was the fall of the great American Black family infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, okay, we have to really start taking claim of things. When we start as a Black race of Black Americans allowing that to happen, we allowed that to happen. We have to be able to take accountability for that, and also recognize nature versus nurture. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. We have the nature versus nurture, right? Whereas nature is the biological genetic predisposition of an individual, whereas nurture is learning from the environment. Now, if you have something that's already innate in you, all right, if you already have something that is innate in you that would have these preventative causes for you to be um, of GERD, then what's going to happen is you're not going to show up and be what you need to do. And I can speak about that in another segment. But nurture, learning from the environment, which is what we're talking about here, is that a lot of Black men, Black families learn from the environment in which they have to succumb to, right? A lot of people don't have that luxury. Like you were saying earlier, Roz, as it relates to you being a single mother. And I commend you. I respect you. I applaud you because that is something that's hard to do. When you don't have the support, when you don't have a village, you are in fact a single parent. Okay. And so
Yeah.
contrary to what some people may believe about that, and the guy in the comment section said that he was going to come over here up on the panel and debunk that. I wish you would, respectfully, but tell me where she's wrong in her assertions. Tell me where she's
Yeah.
wrong in that, and she wouldn't be. Okay. um and with that, we have to understand it's so many variables here. Yes, you're right, Fresh. When it comes down to what a woman's role is, I understand that in its entirety, but also understand that woman's role as well. That she has to be like with Ross. I have to be the man and the woman for my child. Okay, and so with that in line, there's a cross of gender roles, if you will. Okay. When you get these women that say that, hey, I'm a, and you know what, and salute to Mike Dougie if he's out here. But we've had these conversations about whether or not a woman is able to be an alpha female or not. Well, that's quite questionable considering if you are a woman that takes care of everything when there's not a man in place to be able to hold those other those other values down. So you have to step up and be what needs. You need to be all of that. I have to teach you how to. I have to teach my son to be a man. I have to teach my daughter how to be a woman. Yet understand how men are too. When you don't have support, so I understand what you're saying in that regard, Roz. And it's no slight on the man, and we're not here to bash on the man. In fact, what I've heard you women speak of, is that you respect the man, but you're also not allowing them just to have that excuse to not be the man that they need to be. You need to step up. It's
Yeah.
time to step up, man. And there are some really great men out here.
They are.
There's some really great men out here, but they don't get the recognition that they deserve, as well as the women. And this is why I also put in the chat that you have to be careful in which things we say. We generalize something because then a person can be able to take that for like, okay, you're compartmentalizing me as well.
Right.
Okay.
That was my point. That was my point. Is that the generalization? I feel like is what's hurting the dialogue between men and women. Is that a lot of times men just hear men are this, they're that, they're that. They don't hear the positive side. And the same thing for women. Like you said, there's a lot of women who have to do everything. You know what I mean? So when you hear some of the rhetoric about women as a general, black women generally, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And so we keep missing each other. That
Yes.
communication is not there. Because like I said, essentially we want the same things. But
Mm-hmm.
it's so much toxic stuff out there, just creating more of a blockage, more of a separation between men and women, that we're not seeing it, so we can't change it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand that. And I just also, if you allow me to respond to this young lady or male, a woman can be alpha amongst other women. You make a great assertion about that, sweetheart, because Mike and I were also having this discussion um, the other day or so about that. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking that a person, when it comes down to your role, say for instance, you're in a relationship with an individual, knowing that you have to be able to submit and relinquish whatever role in which you've played in your lifetime, you have to be able to submit that to that individual. I'm not over here to step on your toes, but you can be able to be both. I think that you can be both without disrespecting the man. All right. But if I'm coming through life and I'm carrying life on my shoulders, okay, and all I know is everything that I need to know, I can be I'm a power woman, and I'm in position to be over men. Okay. These are things that happens. Like, let's even take, for instance, Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. She was his boss, not the other way around. Yet and still, she was still able to understand and respect the role in which she had as the woman to her man. Why can't it not be both? Not saying that you don't perform that alpha role with your man. That's a totally different thing. Understand that. But knowing your role as a woman, when I go over here, I can take over the world. I can take over, excuse me, the world. I can be able to do all of these. Women are just as powerful as a man. And this is something that needs to be of a reality for a lot of men. That these are not those days anymore.
That's that's so true.
I think I have a different perspective on that because I agree that women can be powerful. I mean, can be alpha among other women, but I definitely believe that the woman's role to a man is to be somewhat submissive and docile, but present your power in a different kind of way, kind of as you mentioned with Obama or whatnot. Not necessarily giving it all up professionally. You can be alpha and all those things. And when you come to the home and your role in the home is that you take care of that home, you take care of those kids. If you work, you go out and you take care of that too. But the that role, women's roles and men roles, I feel are completely different. And me as a woman raising my daughter, I thank God that I had a daughter and not a son. If I was put in a role to have to raise a son, I would have to do it because I was that parent who chose to take up my responsibility. But I would feel a great. I would really feel like I would feel like I would my son didn't have what he needed. Like if I wasn't able to get support around to give him what he needed as far as like a man to teach him, if that makes sense. So if I was an alpha woman or a beta woman, I could never teach my little boy growing up how to be a man in this society. I feel from a man's point of view, if that makes
For
sense.
sure. For sure. And I think that you and I are making the same point here, Roz, when
Pretty
I
much.
say that you cannot, when you have that role, when you're in a position, say for instance, a relationship, you have to be able to excuse me, differentiate both. Okay. I'm over
Okay.
here getting tongue tied up in here. Okay. Excuse
You
me.
got it.
But you guys, I got it. Hold on to me now. Okay. But you guys have to be able to you guys have to be able to know the roles in which it does reside when the time allows itself. Like you also made this assertion about Michelle and Barack. When she comes and when that work is over with and she comes home, they settle down. hey, listen, we also understand what this role is. And I'm quite sure that she understands what that role is when they're still at work as well, you know? So she's not playing that power position over him when they're at work. It's just like, it's because it's all about respect at the end of the day, you know?
Mhm.
Respect. I'm not going to disrespect my partner. Just like I
Mhm.
wouldn't want my partner to disrespect me. I understand what you need to be, and I'm not going to discredit you because as a man, not only just a man, but as a black man here in America, they have to deal with enough. So I'm not going to come over here and browbeat you. I'm going to
Mhm.
uplift you. Okay.
That's how
And
Rose
that's
is her job.
you get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
and don't think that. Don't do the push and pull with me because we're both going through this thing called life together. We both understood the historical artifacts with things from then until now. Let's work together. Hence
Yeah.
why, which is a segue into is it possible for people of a different race to integrate? Now that is to each your own on that. But nevertheless, another woman that does not understand the struggles which you, that black man, has been through, would just not be able
Exactly.
to get you. She would not
That's what I feel.
understand you on a
Yeah.
social level, on a historical level, on any level. Like love, yeah, it's love. But guess what? If I get pulled over, you are in the car with me, and you are white, and I am black, we get pulled over in the car, okay? They're going to treat me in such disregard right in front of your face blatantly.
Mhm.
And if I go turn up on you, being a black person, if I go turn up on you because I know good dang well I didn't do anything wrong, but then she says, "Why don't do that? Why are you doing that? Oh my God, that wasn't necessary for you to do that." But what you don't know is, Becky, is that that black man right there has been through, and even though he didn't walk through it, but his ancestors do, and we still do today. Why he is turning up on this white cop that's got a gun pulled out on him for no reason at all, but
Mm.
yet still you can sit in your comfort while this man doesn't know if he's going to be able to drive away or not.
Mhm.
This is what the real issue is. It's not about the love. You love who you love, but will they be able to fully understand you? That is the question. That is the real core of it all. It's
Mhm.
not about us black women hating on a black man dating white women, but what she understand. And guess what? We see it so many times, especially people that are in high powered situation positions, such as NFL, CEOs, and things like that. When you get someone, see, you leave that black woman behind. Shout out to LeBron James, okay? But
Yes.
you leave that black woman behind, and here you go. You go with this woman right here, and it wasn't real. None of it was real. And she takes you for everything that you have. Now you're going down through there, right? We see this so many times. I'm not here to be. I am no
Yeah.
bigot. I am no racist. I am none of those things. But we have to start really looking at, like, you get it, you make it, that same black woman that raised you, that same black woman that nurtured you, that made sure that you were this, when your black father that may or may not have been there, but then you go off like Kanye West said, and when you get on, he leave your ass for a white girl. Did he not say that? No, but I'm only saying that to just make only a point. It's no slight on anybody because I love everyone. I love everyone. But let's talk about, and you know what? And we have to debunk this angry black woman narrative. We have to stop that. And I'm gonna
No,
yield
they
at
do
this
One
point.
exist,
second.
but it's not all of us. It's not all of, you know what I mean? You're right. We
Yeah.
have to debunk that because it's not all of us. But
Mm-hmm.
Rod, before you introduce the rest
We
of
do.
I have got to respond back to Kevin and Sales about divesting. First of all, I don't like that term. When you divest, you're taking something away, you're taking power away. And I don't think that it should be looked at that way. Maybe you're unsubscribing, or maybe you're migrating because you're moving on. But to say that a person is divesting from a race, me personally, I just don't like the word, and I'm a word person. But you made some points about, Black women dating white men. Is it that they have self-esteem issues, or they're getting back at Black men, or they're not elevated when they move on to this white man? But could you not say the same about a Black man who moves on to a white woman? Is that not the same narrative that can be posed for a white woman and a Black man being in a relationship? That's a question that I have for you, because it seems like it's kind of one-sided, and I think
I said that.
Yeah, it can apply to both sides.
I said that. I said that generally when a Black man, in my observation, and I know all kinds. I know I have fraternity brothers who are lawyers and shit, who have married white women and they are successful professionally. But I know a lot of black dudes who've married white women and dated white women, and they're bottom of the barrels, and it's more bottom of the barrel than it is elite, because white women who are of status generally will be with a white man, but that's neither here nor there. But you are correct. It's in the same direction. A Black man, when he gets with a white woman, he quote unquote is divesting too. He generally gets with the bottom of the barrel. And I've always pointed that out, but people get mad at me for pointing it out, because I'm saying, damn, if you're gonna be with a big chick, why don't you just be with a BBW that's a Black woman? We have a lot of those in our race, but you get with this fat, ugly woman who looks like a damn pig, and that's
she can pay the bills.
But why does that count though? And see, now we're discrediting ourselves as a person of morality. Because we shouldn't look at a woman based on her physical stature.
Well, here goes the thing. To answer your question, you can't divert nature. Unfortunately, men, we don't care about. Listen, Roscoe has a master's degree. Shauna has a law degree. Men don't give a shit about that. We don't care. You can have a PhD. You can work at NASA. You could be a goddamn astronaut. Men don't care, because a man will date the 19-year-old chick who works at Chick-fil-A. Who looks super hot. It's a nature. We're working off of nature. So unfortunately, that's just how that's just the nature of things. Men, we look at physical attributes.
I think that can equate to what, and I understand that too. But no, you would be saying actually that's nurture. That's not nature. Okay. You're learning something from your environment. However, when you say something about nature, which is the biological,
can I interject?
Like, is something that is already hardwired in you, so you can learn to be. It goes both ways. In just a second, please. Just a second, please. You can learn from nurture. You learn from the environment. You learn that a woman with a big butt in a cute face and everything like that is something that you would initially look at first, right? But you also learn from nurture that somebody that taught you principles, morality, and things of that sort, that these wouldn't be something that you would really equate yourself with. Like, that's just not going to be enough for me. Now, what you're getting at is the nature, biological, what's instilled in you already. Are you already hardwired to be an individual that is like, for a lack of a better saying, no good? Because if that's the case, there's some.
Yeah, that is actually that. Well, to believe it or not, that is the case with most men.
I disagree.
Well, hear me out for a minute. Just hear me out, and
for sure.
Whether you're right or wrong, or whether I'm right or wrong, just hear me out for a minute. Generally, when men obtain a certain level of success in life or a certain amount of money, they generally will date the best looking women or the best women with the best.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, because black men, for example, black men, they sit up here all day long and talk about BBWs this, BBWs that. But I find it funny when a black man when a black man comes up on some money, he doesn't date those types of women. He doesn't marry those types of women. Perfect example would be Kevin Hart. Look at his child's mother, his child's mother from the previous marriage.
Tori, I'm talking about Tori.
No, I'm talking about the first one, right?
Tori.
Okay.
Tori.
So look at her, and then look at his current wife.
Right.
And so you look at his wife before he became wealthy, and so why is it that all of a sudden black men it's weird? Like they drop that whole BBW thing, and they go and they try to get the women who are taller and thinner, etc. It's nature. It's this.
Was Kevin Hart's first wife a BBW?
She wasn't a BBW, but she wasn't a BBW, but she wasn't hot either.
Oh, because she was all natural. Let me stop you right there.
No.
Hold on, you guys.
It's not about being all natural.
One mic, please.
Yeah, it's not about being all natural.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Does that mean she
We're
had
going
that
to
hair?
allow Ivan to speak. He's been waiting to speak. So we're going to let him speak, and then we'll come back around to you guys. Go ahead, Ivan.
Yeah, why have all these decades, we constantly have these discussions of black men and black women can't get along and this, that, and the third. Why do we have these discussions? We know that this started back in like the mid to late 60s when they introduced welfare programs, and the black men couldn't pay the bills, and then the welfare was paying the bills. So the black women didn't need the black men. So here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. If I have to argue with you about the light bill not being paid, or the house note is due, or the rent is due, if I have to argue with you about this, we don't need to be in the house together. Yeah, we can get together and fuck every now and then, but we don't need to be making families and all this other shit together if we're splitting the bills and having arguments about splitting the bills. If I'm a man and I'm choosing you to be my woman, that means I'm taking care of you and whatever comes with you. Hopefully you don't have kids from fucking 2 or 3 other niggas from previous, because I ain't taking care of that shit. So we just gonna throw that shit out the window. But if you are a single woman, just like in Africa, Labudo, you know about this, just like in Africa, if a man chooses a woman as his wife, she don't have kids by another man. He's choosing this wife to put in his house to take care of his household while he brings the earnings. As soon as we start having these arguments about the bills being paid and all this other bullshit, that's when, okay, now we don't even need to have families. We arguing about bills. It comes down to money. If you can't take care of this woman, if I'm choosing you to be in my house, all I need you to do is be there for me, look good every day when I come home, keep my dick on hard when I get to the house, give me something to want to come home to and get out there in the world and make this motherfucking money for. Because if I come home and you looking sloppy, you fat, you got a big ass wig on, and you fat, let's reiterate that shit, you're looking crazy, why the fuck am I going out here working my ass off coming home to your sloppy ass? Huh? When I go out here and fuck better bitches.
Yeah, what you're saying, and what you're saying is things on a topical scale, you know.
And it's not a topical scale.
You're very much so looking at it on a topical scale. Allow me to finish, sir. Allow me to finish, sir. Because imagine.
This is not a topical scale.
But I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why if you allow me to speak, sir. And I respect your opinion.
Go ahead.
I respect your opinion on that. And you make some very great assertions on that, because I think that it's important, it's quintessential, in fact, that women and men both keep themselves up into a certain regard to where you can be, you can keep that level of attraction. You think a man can just go be slouchy while the woman has no, sir. That man just has to be just as much presentable to that woman. And allow me to speak, sir. Allow me to speak, sir, please. Okay, so what I'm saying is this, right? All right. So let's go back into where, and it was actually in the 1970s, the late 1970s, which was the fall of the black family infrastructure due to welfare. Absolutely. Okay. But I'm going to tell you something.
You guys agree on that.
I'm sorry?
You guys agree on that?
We do agree on that, but he said the 50s and 60s. It was actually the 70s, okay? The 50s is when the white women were getting it, when the white husband were going off to war. That's when they were getting it. Welfare has been in process. And in fact, the white woman, the white family still receives more welfare in this country than blacks do,
Absolutely.
contrary to what they believe. All right.
You're right.
So I'm gonna table that over there for you real quick, sir.
Hold on, Ivan. You're muted. Just give me 1 second. Let her finish her point.
All right. So with that, let me tell you, you're thinking of things on a topical scale, but you're not thinking about the long haul, because guess what? You're thinking about that woman supposed to just be the one that is going to be all of this for you. She's supposed to be the eye candy. This is what's wrong with Black society right now, because you're focused on the wrong thing. And let me tell you something. When that didn't work, sir, guess what else happened? The crack epidemic happened, okay? Because now we've got families. We got to split these families up. This Black family dynamic is too strong. We have to split this up. Do know what happened in the 80s, correct? Now, come on. You can say all of that, sir, but I don't think that you're using logic here, okay?
Let's let him respond.
Absolutely, for sure.
Go ahead, Ivan.
First off, the point of we have to be looking good for each other. Hey, if that man is bringing the bacon home, he's earning everything, and all you got to do is take care of the house, take care of the kids. That man could be fat and nasty as long as he bringing that bread home, and he wants you to be a certain way.
So why is there welfare? Why did welfare happen? What happened to welfare? Like, let's talk about that. So if we're saying that we're not talking about what the woman looks like, sir, what happened to the situation to where a woman had to be in the home by herself receiving welfare while the man was out? Make no mistake. That man was still there, but they were pimping the system, and like we still do today. That's no problem with that. But you're not going to sit up here and say, sir, you're not going to sit up here and say that
you're not giving the whole scope of it.
Come on, no, I'm not missing the whole scope. I'm looking at the overall scope of it. You're thinking about something on a nurture scale. Okay, you're not thinking of something that's on a nature scale. No. You may be looking at it on both realms. Tell me this. Person that may be hardwired to you.
Answer this for me.
Yes, sir.
Answer this for me.
Yeah.
Who was welfare initially intended for?
Let me tell you something. William, before I answer that,
answer my question.
I just told you, sir, it was intended for the white woman. You and I are saying the same thing. Absolutely, it was.
No,
because yes, sir. If you go and do your research, it's not hard to find.
No,
in the 50s, when the men went away to the world, that's why the feminist movement came about. You think the feminist movement came about by way of the Black woman? No, it came by way of the white woman. This is why I do not support the feminist movement. Because they too are, come on. Like, listen, you're not talking to a dummy, sir. And no, you can say whatever you want to say. You can say whatever you want to say, but I know exactly what I'm talking about. And when I let something come out of my mouth, sir, I'm not gonna let it be some bullshit. Do you understand? Excuse me on your panel saying this.
Here about 3 sheets to the wind.
No, and that's why you're over here talking out of your ass, because you're 3 sheets to the wind. Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here sober as the fuck, and I'm telling you right now. You asked me where it derived from, and I'm telling you it came from a white woman. You can't tell me nothing.
All right.
Come on, Porky. You're not about to do that. You're not about to do that.
Hey, I bet Porky won't cam up. Cam up, Porky.
Hey, we're not
Porky. I'm not a Porky, but I've cammed up plenty of times, you self-hating buffoon. I've cammed up plenty of times.
Okay, so I'm going to put both of them on mute and give them some time to cool down. This is Switzerland. We are not trying to kill each other over making a point. I think both of you are making some very good and valid points. And I just want us to keep a very respective space. Now we have another person on the panel. Shannon, is it Shauna in accounting? Shauna, do you have something to add to the discussion?
Yeah, I mean, I think they both have good points. Like, I agree with Ivan when he says that it's a man's nature, that he's into a woman's physicality, whereas a woman is more looking for resources. It's true. But I also agree with Eve when she says that, the issue with our community in particular is that a lot of time that's where men stop at, right? They're like, oh, well, she looks good and that's it. Whereas we need to go further to say, hey, does she look good? Is she going to be able to care for my kids? Can she teach my kids? And things of that sort. That's when we need to take that step further, because science says that the intelligence comes from the woman, right? It's passed down genetically from the woman to the children. So therefore, you want to be with the right woman. I think that's the issue. I think that's what Eve was saying. So I think like both of them are correct in that respect when it comes to that.
I agree. I think they both are making very excellent points. I agree with, Ivan, as far as if a man is taking care of all those things, and the woman's responsibility at home is to do X, Y, and Z. If that's the understanding, then that's what it should be. Ivan comes from the old school. So that is exactly how things would run, in his home or in someone who thinks like that, or, their partner. However, the reason we're having this conversation is because that is not the norm anymore. The norm now is the broken home. The norm now is, co-parenting with someone outside of the home. The norm now is, unfortunately, disrespect on both sides and not knowing how to communicate. So, whereas what Ivan is explaining, if he's bringing home the bacon, your only job is to do X, Y, and Z. If that's the understanding in your household, then that's the understanding and the respect that should be given to one another to live that way. But that is not the reality for a lot of other people, and that's exactly why we're here discussing this now. So I'm gonna let Ivan come back in real quick.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
She had mentioned something about and please, if she's unmuted, correct me, because I don't want to misquote you, but she had said something about, oh, is it because Kevin Hart's wife was natural? And the thing is no. Some of the most beautiful women on the planet, and I've made live streams about this, are natural. Akak, who's a supermodel, she's natural. Anak Eneki, she's natural. So it's not about you're natural or you're wearing weave, etc. It's about how you wear it. And the fact of the matter is that Kevin Hart's wife, whether she was natural or whether she wore a weave or not, she just was not a good-looking female compared to his new wife.
Oh, and that's beauty is in the eye of the beholder, sir. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not disagreeing with you or not. I'm just telling you what I believe. Okay. So if beauty's an eye beholder, then disrespect I'm the beholder, right? So
you are the beholder. But let me rebut that really quick.
And obviously Kevin Hart thinks that way because he's not with his first wife.
You guys appreciate a woman that has a fake ass, fake tits, fake lips, fake face.
Again, the model.
A woman that is all natural, that has locks, her hair is locked up, and she has a beautiful brown skin to her.
The models I just named. Okay, Roscoe, can we mute her for a minute, Roscoe?
This is why I'm asking this.
Roscoe, can we mute her?
One mic.
Can we mute her for a minute?
I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on mute because I respect both of you guys. Let me just say this much. What I'm saying is this because I respect both of you guys, and I'm not trying to come
again. The models. Thank you. The models I named, and I've done live streams on these models. These models are blacker than black. These are Sudanese models who are supernatural, and they're black as hell, and they're natural. I like dark women. Mostly of all my girlfriends I've ever had in my life are dark women.
No, stop lying.
So the thing is that no, it's not. A lot of men like dark women. A lot of men like natural women.
If you were some light skin,
that's my sir. That's my friend. Nothing more. It's just my friend. I've known her for years.
You don't have a dark skinned friend?
I do, but that was just my avatar. I'm sorry.
But you chose her for your avatar.
Sir, right? That's my friend. And my avatar now is the blue pill and the red pill. But nevertheless, though, if Kevin Hart really believed that his first wife looked better, why isn't he with his first wife then?
Because of whatever differences they have, which is none of our business. But nevertheless, you did make a very valid point that now he jumped up after stardom to get something that is sensationalized as like the American dream, if you will, like a light-skinned, pumped up, non-natural woman. Okay. Here, meanwhile, we have a woman that sits right here. Roz, she sits right here in all her glory, a beautiful black woman. Okay, so that's
Indeed.
locked up.
Thank you,
You're
Dee.
very welcome. You're
Damn.
very welcome. But we have Tori, which was the ex-wife of Kevin Hart. She was a dark woman, you know, just voluptuous, and she was still beautiful. Mind you, she also served this country. Okay.
Hey, did you say
Yeah,
voluptuous?
she did.
Yeah.
She did say
Yes.
that.
And
You
what's
know,
wrong with that?
stop it. Stop it. You know what she meant, damn it.
And what's wrong with that? What's wrong
No,
with that?
no, he's talking about you saying the word incorrect.
We're getting off track here. We're getting
Go
No,
ahead,
you're getting off track.
see her point, and then we're gonna shoot over to Ivan because y'all can't stop talking over one another. So I gotta moderate. So go ahead and finish your point, please.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. What I'm saying is this to these two guys here that can't look past their nose is that there is more to the surface here than just the looks alone. Okay, can that woman be able to take you to the next level? Because did that woman Tori took him to the next level. We have an echo going on over here,
That's you.
but
That's
no,
you.
sir.
It's you.
Is it?
That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
you.
apologize, guys. But there's a woman. Tori was with him before the fame, right? He was with that woman. He loved that woman through and through, right? Then all of a sudden, like, what a great leap it was. Okay, so I understand what you guys are saying. I respect what you guys are saying. And let me tell you something. Salute to you two kings up here on this platform. All right, that's not what it is. And but this guy up here on the top, right over here,
Yeah.
called me Porky. I beg to differ. You never seen me a day in my life, sir. But you subjectified me in some way, as if. And then guess what? And guess what? What would be wrong with somebody being a Porky if she was over there being the stand-up woman that she needs to be to a man?
Okay,
What would be wrong with that?
fellas,
I
let's do
would
this.
cam up right now, sir.
Hold on.
I could cam up right
Hold
now,
on.
and I would burn you down. Everything that you ever said,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
everything
all
that you
that,
perceive
all
me
that,
to
all
be.
that. Can I talk now? Can I
Go
talk?
ahead.
Fellas in here. Okay, based on what she just said, you have Doja Cat.
Go
to
ahead,
your
Ivan.
left.
You can speak. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Fellas, you have Doja Cat to your left and Lizzo to your right. Who are you gonna choose?
Doja Cat.
There's somebody for everybody. Not everybody's gonna.
Doja Cat.
Yeah, everybody.
No, they're not.
Everybody's gonna.
There's some
Everybody's
men
gonna
who
choose
like.
Doja Cat.
There are some men that
And
like
let's take this
big
back.
women like that.
And let's
Well,
take this
if that's
back
the
even
case,
further.
then fresh. If that's the case,
Hold on, Labuto. Let me
They
take this
don't
back
change
even
it.
further.
That's okay.
Let me take it back even further. Biggie Smalls was a big, fat, sloppy pork chop, 3-time pork chop sandwich eating a day ass nigga.
Okay.
Okay? He could rap his ass off. Him and Puff Daddy made millions. He had Lil' Kim in his life, right? Not only did he dump Lil' Kim quick, fast, in a hurry for Faith Evans' light-skinned, pretty, slender ass, but he dumped Faith Evans for Charlie Baltimore, who was another light-skinned, pretty ass. Now, we're talking about Biggie Smalls, another sloppy, since whoever she is sitting up here talking about, you got to be looking good too. Biggie Smalls put on Versace shirts and Versace shoes and Versace belts, and he was still big as a motherfucker. But he still had Lil' Kim, Faith Evans.
I was gonna say.
Meanwhile, you sit up here. But meanwhile, you sit up here, sir. But sir, you sit up here in all your confidence, as if you're the best looking guy in the world, sir. Okay.
Hey, I don't have to be the best looking.
Newsflash, sir. But what's up under that hood? What's up under that hood? You so busy subjectifying a woman. You so busy subjectifying a woman and stuff. You already undressing a woman with your eyes because that is the topical individual you are. That just shows how shallow you are. But let me ask you something. What makes you so confident to sit up here on this platform as if you are the best thing since sliced bread? Let me ask you that.
Well, can I ask for
What do you got up under that head right there? I bet, and I'm only just saying these things to be able to make an example out of you, okay, sir? Because
let me answer the question.
No, go ahead.
what makes me that confident is my life experiences as a man, my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as a man.
Meanwhile, you'll sit up there and talk about a woman that is maybe big and
you
stuff.
better bow at my feet and
bow at your feet. Who are you?
Oh, yeah,
Who are you for a woman to bow at your feet? You are what's wrong with the world, sir. You are what's wrong with the world. While you sit up there with your red cup, you are what's wrong with the world.
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick?
Can I
say something real quick?
Yes.
Listen, I'm trying to be as neutral as possible.
This old guy up here, man.
But I'm gonna have to say something on behalf of Ivan. I don't know Ivan, but what I do know is this: Ivan is not on his deathbed. Ivan can hit the lotto and become a multimillionaire tomorrow. He can. I don't know if Ivan has his own business now. He can become a millionaire overnight. And I think Ivan, you're what, like 45-ish, upper like 45 and up, right? Honestly, his life can change. Obviously, his life. So the beauty of being a man, and this is the unfortunate thing about nature, is that, what does he have to offer? Honestly, his life can change tomorrow if he became a millionaire. He can get access to anybody, any woman, any business contact on the planet. Just off, he can do it now. But it's just that with money, a man's value just automatically increases, whereas a woman it just doesn't, and that's just the nature of things.
Wait, repeat that again. Repeat what you said. Repeat that again.
What I'm saying is that she had asked, what does he have to offer right now? And what I'm saying is that the beauty of being a man, whether you're 30, 40, or 50, or even 60, is that you could hit the lotto, you could become a millionaire overnight with a business idea, venture, and you can become top value overnight. Whereas a 70-year-old woman who hit the lotto, it doesn't really matter. Nobody cares. It's just a nature thing. And that's what I'm saying. And unfortunately, that's just the nature. It's just the red pill truth. And I'm not trying to, that's just the red pill truth.
Thank you, 06. And what can she offer me other than being a greeter at Walmart?
Well, I don't know if she'd be a greeter at Walmart.
Dang. So
see, the problem is that we're talking about, if you're looking at surface, you can't just say that.
Are you married, Ivan? Are you married?
Hell no.
Okay, so you won't have no room to speak on anything at this point.
Hold on.
We have one more person.
Let Rod speak.
Is she married?
We have one more person in the back who has very strong views as well. He is also another man by the name of Rich Bleezy. I want to bring him up here. I just want to get us all settled down first before he starts.
Settle down, y'all.
Rich Bleezy.
Oh gosh.
What's up, y'all?
Hello.
What's up, man?
I just wanted to introduce my opinion. I listened to the show for a while, and I heard a lot of different opinions and everything about what you guys are
Welcome
talking
to the
about.
panel, Rich.
Thank you, RASnFRESH. Thanks for having me on. But in essence, what I kind of want to say is that, I think women and men, I think their opinions change as time goes. I have a lot of friends, and throughout relationships, we share our experiences. But I think a lot of men, their experiences change. Like, for instance, I'm going to give you an example with me. Like, I've had a really thin woman at one point. And then it got to the point where I started desiring thick girls, a little thicker, okay, shapely thick girls. And then it got to a point where I probably desired some bigger, thicker girls. And then I think it revolves, but a lot of men, I talk about that with them, and they share the same damn opinion. I think we evolve, and I think women do the same thing. Especially with women, I think it's as far as, I think men are like a stepping stool for a lot of women. I think they get a man who's making mediocre money, then they want a man who's making more money, and then they make a man who's making a lot more money and so forth. But I think it's the same as well, not with just far as finances with women. I think they desire different stuff. And us as being human creatures, I think that's just the way we are.
Hey, Rich.
Yo, what's happening?
Rich, what made you go from the slim girls to the BBWs?
I got burnt out with slim girls. I've conquered the slim girls, and it's just like, I want something with a little bit more meat on it. I got to try that out,
Okay.
and then and I was like, wow, this is kind of good. I like these
Mhm.
thick girls.
So my point
It
is
comes.
proven right here that there are people who like thicker girls, Ivan. Everybody don't want a little fruit roll up. Fruit roll up, work for some people, but some people want a little bit.
Let me clarify.
Hey,
something.
RASnFRESH, can I say something real quick?
Hold
Let
on,
me
let
clarify.
Ivan answer me real quick.
Let
Okay,
me
go ahead, baby.
clarify something. I don't mind slim, thick, or whatever, long as they're properly proportioned. If
Thank
they
you.
got more gut than butt, then I don't need to have them in my life.
Well, get up and go to the
Damn.
gym with her then. Stop feeding her all them good cooked meals and stuff.
You know
I
what?
can't have a
If they
sloppy
got
good
more
chick.
gut
Listen.
than butt,
Fresh fattened me
it's a
up.
problem.
He was cooking and feeding me all that good food, and I got a little bit thick. So
You
he
know
put
what?
me to the
You
curb.
know
No,
what?
you
Can I
can't
say
blame
something right
him.
quick?
Ross girl is here. Ross girl, let me ask you a question.
Ivan,
I don't think you can blame him.
hold on right quick, Ivan.
Ross
Ivan,
girl, let me ask Ross girl a
hey,
question.
I
just
ain't
a
sloppy.
second.
I
Let me
got
just
thick.
ask a question. Let me just say this right quick. Can you men that's up on the panel and in the chat go hit RASnFRESH's Cash App right now?
Cash App.
I've
Go hit
already
the
hit the
Cash
Cash
App
App. Didn't y'all
right
get the
now.
Cash App?
Let's see how much you guys
Thank you,
support these women.
Ivan G, for the
Go. Let's see how much you guys support these women by
Hey.
touching their Cash App right quick.
So
Let's go.
listen, real
Hey,
quick,
while
real
you over
quick,
there on
Ivan.
Piggly Wiggly pushing that shopping
Ivan,
cart,
real quick.
I've already hit
on
the
the
Cash
panel.
App.
I have not heard from my roster girl in a while, and I know she got something to chime in here. Roz, talk to me, girl.
Well, y'all, I've been back and forth because my shit needed to refresh. I do want to say thank you for all the cash apps that we have received, and the panel is awesome tonight. I'm just coming back in, so I missed a little bit that was spoken. But Ivan G, go ahead and ask your question that you wanted to ask me.
Okay, now, Ross girl, your baby's father is El Salvadorian, right?
Hondureño.
Oh, okay. I see you trying to speak a little Spanish there. Maybe you go to Taco Bell and order you some chalupas.
You know,
But
Not
anyway,
chalupas,
yo
though.
habla español.
yeah. But anyway, so let's say since he's from Honduras, he sells rice and beans, right? So he couldn't sell any rice and beans one day. He comes home
Okay.
with no money, and the electric bill needs to be paid. He can't pay it. Don't you automatically lose respect for him because he couldn't sell those rice and beans, and y'all sit up there arguing about the bills that need to be paid?
Why do you need to argue about that?
Sir, that's a
No.
horrible analogy, sir.
No, that was a
was
good
a horrible.
analogy.
That's
That
very
was
savage.
horrible.
I like that analogy. That's true.
Actually,
I
in
It-
my
but-
Honduras, right?
experience,
So
actually,
Go ahead, Roz. Roz has the
experience.
floor. Go ahead and answer that. Look.
that doesn't
Actually,
make
in my
sense.
experience, my child's father worked in construction, and he was not getting paid like with the paycheck. So what Ivan G is saying is closely related, but the job was construction. So when it was raining, he couldn't work. If it was cold, he couldn't work. And in the springtime, it rains a lot in Houston. There were times where he didn't work, and my 2 weeks of work went to all those weeks that didn't accumulate for his paycheck, and that did cause. That was a major issue in our relationship. We kind of separated for the financial part of it, and me feeling like I had to bear all the weight because of what he didn't have a stable job, he didn't have papers and commitment, but I had to do all of that. So I can understand, but it wasn't rice and beans.
It causes conflict.
It
So
does.
let me do this.
I don't want to be
I
a
don't
woman
think it
in the
causes
home
conflict for
carrying.
everybody.
So let me do
Yeah,
this.
the
Let me
It
burden.
do
doesn't
this.
cause conflict for everybody.
Let me do this. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
It
Yeah,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
Me and
But
Rich
I don't want to
Weezy,
be
me and Rich Weezy, we're
carrying
kind
the
of the
burden
same
of
age.
the
We're in the
bills
same
and the
age group.
work.
So if I earn, I'm taking care of the household. I bring the money home, right? All you got to do is stay home, clean up the house a little bit, look fly every day. Hell, work out. I got you a whole room where you can work out, get on the treadmill, do some squats. So when I come home, you got on the pink shorts and the furry ass flip flops. I don't care if they dirty or not. but you looking good in a motherfucker.
You in them dirty flip flops. I think that's a
yeah.
fetish.
I love it. I
That's
love
a fetish,
sluts. I
ain't it?
love sluts.
Then you put
I
that
love
in
sluts
as
with
your
little
fetish.
shorts and dirty flip flops. But anyway, all I need you to do, take care of the house. My house is clean. I come home. You looking good. You're walking around the house. You're twisting around the house. I can grab you, slap you on the ass, and I can have a good time with my wife all day. That's worth it. That's what I'm out there earning it for. So when I come home, I can get pleased and teased all motherfucking like Waka Flocka said, keep my dick hard, keep me smoking. That's all he wanted.
Not everybody has that life though.
No, he has a point. I agree with him. I actually agree with him.
Everybody has that life.
That's where the
a lot of
disconnect
people,
and the friction comes in.
No, but it doesn't.
That's where the disconnect.
But it
as long
doesn't
as
have
it's like that,
because you're living in a life. You're living a life where you're the sole provider. You're taking care of everything. That's not everybody's life. Sometimes
it starts for white folks too.
Listen, that sometimes that household needs to be maintained by two people, and that's okay. That's
just
okay.
you.
No,
you need to maintain it.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. For me,
well, let me tell you,
because
when I come home,
I don't have a problem contributing. Because what I'm not gonna do, what I'm not gonna do.
Fresh Breezy. Fresh Breezy, you heard this, Fresh Breezy?
No, my husband can cam up right now, and he's 110% on board with the fact that he has a working wife. He doesn't have a problem contributing if I need to.
Problem. He doesn't have a problem with it.
It's a problem when
he doesn't have a problem with it. But if
the
he could have it,
if he
could have it the other way,
live like you.
If he could have it the other way, would he?
I don't know. Let's ask him.
Fresh Breezy.
Let's ask him. Would you rather me be chilling at home,
looking good,
doing nothing, or would he like the fact that his wife is out here building motherfucking empires, being a boss, and still able to come home and do what the fuck she needs to do? Now we're living in a whole different time, Ivan. We're not living in the time where women just stay home. The issue now becomes is getting the balance. Can the woman still have the career? Can the woman still do all those things outside of the home and still come home to that loving, respectful husband and still be the end all be all to him as well? It's just balance.
That's the problem.
But can I ask another? Can I just step in on that though?
I think
that's a problem. Why? Why is that a problem?
I think those type of women are appealing to fuckboys.
Supposed to be.
Oh, get out of here, both of you guys.
That's not nature. That's how it's not naturally supposed to be.
No.
Why, look. Pay attention. When World War II began and all the men went overseas, they made the women work in the factories, right?
Which started the feminist movement, sir. This is what I've already been talking about already. This is what I've already talked about.
You have some sense.
I know. I've been telling you this stuff all night. I've been telling you this all night. Okay.
So what happened when women started working in the factories? What happened after that? They wanted the right to vote.
They listen, sir. Everything that you're talking about right now is everything. I just gave you a historical. Come on, sir. I've been telling you this stuff all night. I don't know if you're paying attention that well or not.
Don't say that you haven't.
No, did I not? Did I not? But it's not about the tit for tat, sir. But I do want to ask you a vital question. Sir, I want to ask you. No, I'm not telling you something that you already know. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you something that I've already said on this panel while you were here. But some way, somehow, there's a disconnect on your behalf, okay? But let me ask you this question. No, it is, because you're saying you're regurgitating everything that I've already said to you, sir. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. You hold all these values, right? And man, I'm going to assume you're about like late 60s, right? So I'm going to... All right. No. All right.
Wait a minute, C-Mag. You ain't finna do that to
me.
No.
And I'm being forthright here. I'm not trying to troll you or anything. I'm going to assume you're in your late 60s. Right? All right. I touched a nerve. But since you're a man that has all of these qualities about yourself, Sir Ivan, why are you still single? Why are you still single, sir? Since you possess all of these things, I'm going to tell you why. because your attitude is rank. Okay,
No,
the
my
attitude and your idealisms do not match up with modern times, sir. You need to
No, it's
catch
actually
up
because
with
of
me.
women like you. It's
Wait a
actually
minute,
because of
one
women like
exactly,
second, Rich
you.
Bleezy. I'll get to you
exactly.
in a
It's like
second, Rich
you.
Bleezy.
So
I'm gonna
you're
get to
married,
you in a
right?
second. Listen,
So you're married, right?
listen. Traditionalism never dies, guys.
So you're
That's
married,
a
right?
fact. Allow me to finish speaking, sir.
Are you
Traditionalism,
married?
a tradition. Are you? I asked you that question. You
Exactly.
said
I'm
you
not.
weren't.
You just told me
I
you are
asked you
married,
that
right?
question. You
Are
said that
you
you weren't.
married?
Doesn't matter if I'm married or not, sir.
Oh,
But
yes,
what
it
is
do because
evident
you
is
just
that
said
you're not,
something about
sir. And
All
which
right.
posed the
All right.
question:
Okay.
married.
what's wrong with you? Okay, you have all these
Hey,
things about what a
227.
woman's supposed to be.
227.
All
Are
right.
you married?
Okay. We are not going to yell
Okay,
over
you
one
guys.
another. You guys,
Let's
you guys
settle
are
down
all
for 1
making
second.
very valid points, but please, can we stop yelling over one another? I just let's allow her to finish her point. Ivan can counter, and then we're gonna get final
At all.
remarks from everyone. Okay, go ahead and finish your point, Steve. I'm gonna unmute you.
So
Go ahead and
Me?
finish your point.
Oh, uh, are you
how about
with
we
us,
go like
227?
this? So
All
you
right. So what I'm saying to you, sir, and
Ron,
I'm
it's
not
late.
trying to come up here and disrespect you because I respect all of my black kings and everything. Okay. But what I'm saying to you, before you sit before judgment of any woman, that you need to check yourself first. Okay. And so you telling us what you acquire and you don't acquire in women, that's your God given right to do that. But let me ask you something. How is that bed at night that you sleep in? Is it cold or is it cozy? Because you're a person that says that you have all these attributes about yourself, right? So if that's the case, and guess what? And, and be it that it may, you have choices, you have options and everything. But you're living in a time now to where you don't get to have those type of options. Not with modern women. You don't. And I think that that's where you're hitting a wall at this point, sir, is that you're finding yourself with these beautiful women, but these beautiful women don't share these same values as you, sir. You get what I'm saying? So I think that at some point that you're gonna have to take a step back. You and Rich Bleezy, okay? Shout out to you, Rich Bleezy. And there's nothing
I
wrong with a
agree.
traditional man. There's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate a traditional man. But also with that, understand that me being a power woman, that I am, that we're not going to still hold those things. I'm going to respect you as the man that you are. Okay, I'm not going to come out of my way with you, but you're looking for what do you say, a friend dresser, if you will. Okay, women of today, that those friend dressers in which you speak of aren't going to be the women that that's gonna be deemed worthy of you for real. They're just here for a short time, not a long time. That's why you black men always get the rug pulled up under you guys, because you guys are always thinking with the little head and not the big head, and which is why you are not married. You're probably, I don't know, I can't really make any assumptions about you, but you're here tonight. You're not
We're
cozied up
mostly
under a
married than
soft
you guys
warm woman.
are.
You're not cozied up
Hey,
under a
Rich, you
soft
want to
warm
address
woman,
We're
this?
and
mostly
neither
married than you
and
guys
neither are
are.
you, Rich Bleezy. You guys are right here on the Rosin Fresh podcast show
and
tonight.
we thank
Rise
you
and
guys so
fresh.
much for being
All
here
right.
with us. Thank
All
you.
right. But
So
I do
can I
want
okay
to
now.
can I talk before Nail Carter or
go ahead,
227
Ivan.
made all these assumptions? Can I do that?
Go ahead, Ivan.
What I do, whether I'm married or not, it's my choice. Now, you didn't say if you were married or not, and if you are, I don't see how I can deal with your mouth, sea hag. But anyway, any, anything I do or feel
What
like is
makes you
my
think I'm a
choice.
sea hag,
No,
old
no, 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 no,
hag?
no, 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 no,
What
no, no,
makes you
no. Let
think
me
that
talk.
I'm a
It's my
sea
turn to
hag,
talk, ain't
old
it?
hag?
Ain't it my
But
turn to
you
Let
call
talk?
him
me
go
a sea
ahead,
hag.
Eve. He let you speak, so let him
I
speak.
want to. You're right,
Ain't it
Roz.
my
But
turn to
please answer
talk?
me why you think I'm a sea hag. Tell me that. Let's
Roz,
talk
just
about why I'm
mute
a
it
sea hag.
and let him talk.
Yeah, it's because of
Go
what
ahead, Eve.
you're trying to say. You're
Mm.
trying to assume because I'm not married, my life is a certain way, and I've been dealing with and you're talking about these where did Fran Drescher come from? Whatever.
The
Where did
women
that
which you
come from?
described that you like, sir. That's where Fran Drescher is.
No,
She's
no,
a
no. Hold
pinup
on,
woman.
hold on, hold on,
Okay.
Golden Girl. You hold on right there,
Let's
goddamn it.
go.
Look,
Touche.
I live my life. This is the part of being a man that you don't understand. Here's the part that you don't understand, Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman.
My life.
Have you
is
seen
how
me,
I
sir?
want to be.
You know what I look like, sir?
You gonna cam up?
I have cammed up plenty of times, but I won't cam up for the satisfaction of you, not a chauvinistic pig start like you. I
Well, do it for me. Do it for me.
I won't. If you've been on
that for your Weight Watchers commercial.
Okay? Weight Watchers.
Get out of here.
Weight Watchers.
You guys, let's not disrespect.
You know what? Ivan. I really believe at this point that there's something wrong with you. But you know what? Before you fix the gap in your teeth, Ivan, before you fix the gap. Hold on. Before you fix the gap in your teeth, Ivan, I advise you to fix the gap in your heart because somebody has hurt you bad, sir. You're old and you are bitter, sir.
Default.
Fix the gap in your heart before you fix the gap in your teeth. You understand me? And that's all I got to say.
That's a default assessment right there.
No, I said what I said, and I'm not going to take it back.
Most women say that.
But I'll cam up on you, though. I'll cam up on you, old head.
Yeah, you need about a half hour to put on some makeup.
And I'll break your heart. All right. I assure you, you will want me, Ivan.
All right. Nope. This is what we about to do right now. Because I have no problem.
I don't want to.
Nope. I have no problem. No, I have no problem.
I don't want to have to
be afraid of you. I love all of y'all. I respect all of y'all, but we will have one mic. I don't do the yelling over each other. So what we're gonna do now, starting with Ivan and working our way around, we're gonna get everybody's final thought on this topic. Please be respectful to one another. Please don't talk over one another. Just give your final opinions, and we're gonna close this topic. We're gonna start with Ivan.
Thank you. Before I was so rudely interrupted by Mother Love.
Don't do that.
Let me go ahead and say what I gotta say. As a man, you choose to live how you want to because you are a man, and I want men to live.
Ivan, I wish you had a mother that loved you. Okay,
please
and
don't.
That's all I gotta say. I'm going back on mute.
That made me spill my shot.
Back on here.
Y'all made me spill my shot. Somebody owe me 30 cents. Go ahead, Ivan.
Okay, as a man, and I'm talking to the men, you have the right and the privilege by birthright to live how you want to. It's been that way, but because of some shit that happened in society, now you think it's different. So now you feel that you and the woman in your house or the woman in your life is 50-50. It's not 50-50. You're still men. You still have to lead society. And let me tell you something, black men, since you're sitting at the bottom of the totem pole, whatever fucks up white men at the top of the totem pole affects you 10 times as fucking worse. So while you listening to Aunt Esther's and Weather Girl up in here saying this bullshit, don't take that shit in. You have to be a man. Stand up. And if you choose a woman, you choose a woman for your life. You take care of that woman, and she has to handle the responsibilities of the house and to make sure that she gives you your confidence and she gives you your pleasure. That's all they're there for. They're still doing it in Africa. They're still doing it in Africa. Ain't y'all African Americans? Huh? Aren't y'all still African Americans?
All right, nothing Martin Luther King Jr. All right, let's take it easy. All right,
let him finish.
He's gonna keep rambling on though.
No, I'm gonna give him a couple more seconds to make his point, and then we'll move on to the
point. But
Ivan, go ahead and finish up your point.
Now, before Fat Seeley,
hey, come on. You're not.
All I'm saying is men, be men, control your surroundings, your environment. And when you choose a woman that's worthy of bringing into your household, remember, she is your responsibility to take care of. Once you start that having the bills and all this other bullshit, then automatically your shit is in jeopardy, because if she has to go out into the workforce and work in some of these corporate offices while these other niggas are, your shit is in jeopardy. I guarantee you that. You can listen to me now.
I agree.
Listen to me later. You can listen to me live. You can
It's
listen
just
to
a
me
little
later,
bit, okay?
or you can listen to Big Lulu in here that won't cam up.
No,
My
listen, you
guarantee
No,
fucking
you're
big
Big
not.
Lou,
Lulu.
let's not
Finish
be
your point,
disrespectful,
I
Ivan.
Ivan.
Yeah, you
guarantee
gotta
you,
keep on
I
letting
will
him
be
just
correct.
Finish your
okay, we
point,
gotta cut it.
Ivan.
I'm done.
Cut
Let's
him
not
Okay.
be
down.
disrespectful,
I'm
Ivan.
Okay.
done.
I,
I'm
So
I,
go
I,
ahead
done.
and finish. Go
okay.
ahead. Go ahead. It's on
It's
you.
my turn. It has
All,
to be my turn.
all I'm gonna
I
ask this freaking guy over here that's looking like, look at him, guys. Clean your tongue, sir.
Go ahead
All
and
right.
make your point, huh?
But no, okay, but I'm just saying, all right. He makes a valid point to a degree. What everything that he's saying is the things that we spoke about, initially about
Mhm.
why there are these disparities in the household. Okay, but see, he's so bent over there that he can't even make 1 + 1 = 2, can you, sir? But that's a whole nother thing. He's so busy trying to worry about the woman's physique instead of worrying about what's up in your head, sir. And at dang near 70, I'm really like, why? Something has failed you in your life. But without, but never mind all that, sir. I respect what you're saying. At that point, I'd rather be a modern woman that stands up here. I do not support the feminist movement because it has so many racial undertones to that. But yeah, all right, go eat some grease.
It wasn't for
But
us.
um, but nevertheless, it makes a lot of
It
sense
wasn't
to
intended for black
why
women.
that revolution came about. There's a reason behind things because there's going to be men like you that still go around in this world that thinks that, okay, the man brings home the bacon, a woman fries it, and that woman would not have the rights today to be able to speak. You know what? It was only until after the 1990s that, and you guys, shout out to New York, but these women was up
Yeah.
there getting their ass and they get hands and feet put on them up there in New York. All right. And the woman would have called the police, and guess what would
Mm.
happen? The police would come and they would go send the police would go because they just only thought about it as nothing but a dispute, a domestic dispute. Domestic violence didn't even come about until like the mid to the late 1990s. Because of guys like you, all
Mhm.
right, that thought it was okay to put your hands and feet on the woman
Oh,
that slaved, that took care of your children, that did all these things. You think that
gave
it's
birth.
okay, all right? You still live in these times. Well, let me tell you something, sir. Those times are over, all right? That's why you're alone and old, okay? Because you
those are
still go
not
by
women.
those.
They're just having
Because you
babies.
still go by those old traditional settings, sir, that a woman is not going to let you put your hands and feet on them and still expect you to have your dinner on the table by 5 p.m. All right. So, with that in mind, you keep your old bitter ass up here on this platform, somebody else's platform, that is, talking your gibberish, okay, with all your riddles and McGriddles, okay, speaking a whole lot of nothing, all right. Meanwhile, I'm going to be spitting nothing but whole facts to you, all right. All
All
right.
right.
All
Thank
right.
you
So
for
then
that.
now we can go down into that rabbit hole if you like. I think that we kind of did that.
Thank
But
you,
see, you were
Eve.
so spent around. You were spent around like a Honda in the wintertime. Okay. On 71 highway. All right. That's how spent around you was.
Mm.
But you don't even know, like, everything that you were saying, sir, is everything that I was saying to you already. All right. So I'm gonna need you to get a
Yep.
hold of
Definitely had some of the
whatever
things.
that cheap ass liquor you got in that red cup, blue cup. Shout out to you, red pill, blue pill. But this man got some bullshit going on over in that red cup. All right.
Well, we're gonna go
That's
ahead and
making
move
his ass
on.
fucking
Thank you so
run the
much for
bill.
that. Look, thank
All
you so
right.
much for that. We're gonna move on to Rich.
Rich
Let
and
me
Easy. Can you give us your word?
I'm gonna unmute. All right. Go ahead, give your closing remarks. You're muted. You need to unmute, Rich.
All right. No, I disagree so much on a lot of what she said. Okay, let's start with this. Let's start with this part. Okay. Most men are patriotic. I mean, they just we believe that like we start our family, we pick our women, and we expect our woman to be submissive. The big problem is a lot of people don't know how to pick. A lot of women don't know how to pick men first and foremost, and there's a lot of men who don't know how to pick women. A lot of women start off submissive, but then a woman gets a little freedom. She gets her job and this and that, and then wants to become your equal. Okay, I don't believe in equalism in my household. There's tiers of it. Okay, I'm the king and she's the queen. What I say is first and foremost. Okay, and then especially when you're dealing with children, then there's a queen. Okay, but ultimately, what the king says is the last say so. But the problem is with a lot of women, I believe, is that once they become a little independent, start making a little money, they think they're your equal. No, no woman's my equal. There's no way in no aspect or is a woman my equal at all. In no aspect, I don't care. I'm gonna give you some examples. Okay, you make money, but if a pipe bursts, who's gonna fix it? Okay, I'm
Um,
going to fix it. If something breaks down, who's going to fix it? Okay, just say you make a lot of money and you can pay somebody to fix it. Okay, but that still makes you feel like you're my equal. No, you're not my equal at all. It's just, and I think that's the problem that we're plagued with. Women are trying to be equal to men, because especially this Lady Lib situation, and it's trying to women are feeling they're equal. There's other countries, third world countries, any other country, women don't feel that way. They don't act that fucking way. It's just out here. It's just a movement out here in this country that's making women feel that damn way. Um, this young lady, old lady, I don't know how old she is because I can't see her.
Her name
But
is Eve.
That's Eve.
Report.
Oh, that's Eve. Oh,
yes, that's the
I remember talking to Eve. I didn't think Eve would actually talk like that. I think I kind of liked Eve. Yeah, but anyway, what's up, Eve? if you're
What's
still
up?
there.
What's up, Rich? I talk like you talk. Anytime a man get out of line, that's not making no sense. I'm gonna get ignorant. Okay, that's what I do. But is it
I know.
Is it ignorant or is it just alignment? Okay, I'm just aligning
No,
you guys up. That's all.
it's actually ignorant, right, to me, right? But why? Our company. How my point of view is on shit.
Are you finished? Because
am I muted?
No, you're not.
At any rate,
I bet if I had some butter and syrup, Eve would let me slap some biscuits on that fat ass.
Okay, we gonna let Rich finish his point.
Look at this fucking guy right here. If you want, you got him up out of here. Okay, good, because he was about to get it. Okay,
come on, Rich, bring it home, Rich.
Get it good.
You got to go, Ivan.
All right.
Ivan got to go.
That guy doesn't know who I am, but he'll get to know me if he keep on with that rhetoric. Okay.
Can I say my?
All right.
I actually like Eve because she talks a lot of shizzle.
But your guy Ivan doesn't know who Eve is, okay? And so sometimes you got to be able to wake him up. Happy birthday! Okay.
You ain't gonna wake him up. You can't wake me up because I probably think kind of like the same. I'm sure I think the same way he thinks.
But guess what? It's not about you, though, is it, Rich? And let's see what these ladies on the panel have to say.
Can we let him finish his last thoughts, Rich, before we move on to Kevin and Sales?
Okay, but at any rate, what I'm about to state, and I state this often, it's a man's world. It always will be a man's world. Whatever women do, we give you access to. We give you access to the cars that we build. We give you access to the houses that we build. We give you access and train you how to work on the computers that make you feel powerful. We give you access to corporation jobs. It's a man's world. And we give women access to that. Without men giving you access to it, women will be no different than the women in Afghanistan. They will be no different than the women in the Philippines. They will be no different than the women in a lot of other countries as well. So it is a man's world. We gave women access to that. And there's no denying it. It's a man's world.
Thank you so much for that. We're going to let Kevin and Sales close us out with his final thoughts.
Well, I'm gonna be very blunt, and Eve, it was nice talking to you. And what I'm gonna say is gonna be directed towards you specifically and respectfully. In the summer,
We
I don't
need
know if you got.
Hold down before Jay. Hey, what's up, Kev?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
Eve.
Mm-hmm. Now, Eve, I'm gonna be very respectful. I don't have any ill will towards you, but I really want you to listen to this, and I want everybody to listen to this. In the summertime, and the towards the end of the summer, I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but bees, the actual insects, they start going crazy. Has anybody ever noticed that? Has
I
anybody ever
noticed
noticed
it.
that?
Have you actually
Has anybody?
started noticing that the bees have been going extinct?
Well, no,
Yeah, I
this should be
haven't
everything.
really.
Okay,
Okay, all right.
so let me finish. There's a phenomenon with bees every year.
I'm gonna go
Towards the
straighten my cup out. Be right
towards
back.
towards the beginning of the fall, bees start going crazy, and it's because scientists speculate that they are over, or they're going into hibernation, and they want to become they're overly protective of the queen. But anyway, with that being said, and Eve, please forgive me for saying this. If guys are in the chat, I want people to notice Eve is the quintessential example of why women should become married. Mostly every woman that is feisty, talkative, combative that I've encountered in my life is a woman who has not married. I grew up with both my mother and my father, and my mother. Now, hear me out for a minute, Eve. I'm not trying to be
No, I'm
disrespectful.
listening. I want to
Okay,
hear
hear me
this
out.
because we might have to go into overtime.
Yeah, just hear me out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Just hear me
Yeah,
out.
we
Just hear me
will,
out.
Eve. So you
Just hear
can
me out.
fine.
Generally, women who have not, wed, or who have not have children, they are feisty. They are combative. And what it is that they are the essential. Essentially, they are the bee. Like time is coming to an end, and their nature is kicking in, and what is happening is that something that is natural, like child rearing or getting married, something that they did not do, is festering in them, and that nature is coming out, and they feel like their days are waning. No, hear me out. Just hear me out. Because I let you guys talk. I was quiet. I was being quiet for everybody. So what happens is that a lot of times with
They
women, when
always
they're
want to
not,
rumble with the bee, honey.
hear me out for a minute. No,
Go
just hear
ahead.
me out. I
All right.
didn't interrupt anybody when
I'm
you guys were
listening.
talking.
Go
Let
ahead.
me and you be quiet,
Eve,
Eve. Let's give him his floor.
Let's go, Labuto.
Now
Let's pick up the speed, okay?
this is for guys in the chat.
Uh-huh.
Guys, this is an example of why women, particularly black women, should be married at a very early age. They start going crazy later on in life. Eve, no offense to you. I've been listening to you for the past hour and a half. You may you're not married, right? Yes or no? Yes.
That's correct. You'll be correct.
Okay.
Not.
You're not. You're how old? You're over the age of 30.
Don't worry about any more of my personal business. I just only answered one.
But
And that's all
Eve, what I've encountered in life, especially with older black women, is that when you are not married,
I'm not ignoring you, Labuto.
no. What I mean
Well, why
older,
do you
I mean
like
over.
you're
No.
a senior citizen?
Hear me out. I mean over the age of 23, over 24.
Yeah.
Is that you guys start going crazy, and it's because
I wouldn't use that term crazy, just on like a psychological standpoint. I wouldn't use that term. But to answer your question over there, Old Man River, zip it or I break your hip. The reason why is because I'm educated. Something that you wouldn't know anything about with the women which you attract. Okay, but carry on, Labuto.
Just listening to your voice, you sound like a broad that'll say, "You told Hoppo to beat me." That's what you sound like.
All right.
Well, I'm actually done, right?
Thank you, Eve, for holding back.
Beat me.
No, I did. I held back. Thank you, Ron.
I'm actually done.
All right.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much.
She's not married. She's not married.
And you're not either, Old Man River.
No, she's not married. But I'm a man. I have a choice. I'm a man. I have a choice. You're a woman. What is your why?
No, listen, sir. See, I find the guys with you with this toxic masculinity to be
Oh
really,
God.
really surfacing some other things with thine own self. Okay, and I would advise you. I would encourage you to really get yourself together because here you sit, a man that's 60+ years old. All right, with no lover. Okay, with nobody to be able to hug you at night but your pillow, sir.
Hey, hey,
Why
But
hey,
then
did
you
hey.
you
sit
tell
up
you
here and
61?
always have an opinion
Why you
about
trying
how
to
I
guesstimate my
sound
life?
or why I'm not
Why you
married.
trying to
But sir, you're
guesstimate my
not
life?
either, sir. So it's like, come on, you
Okay, look,
know.
look, look,
I
look.
mean, if you
When
gotta
I'm at
turn the
home at
knife
night,
on me, you
hey,
gotta turn it on your own self, oh man.
here,
And while
when
you're
I'm
at
at
it,
home
take
at
that
night,
hat
when I'm
off
at
for
home at
me.
night, here,
Take that hat off for me. I want to see
when I'm at,
something. Take that.
there it is.
Well, I'll be damned. Look at
Pull
that
ahead,
pushback hairline you
pull
got
ahead.
going on over
Hey,
here,
I
boy.
can fix that.
Put
I
it
I can
can
back.
do
fix
this.
that.
I
I
can
can
do
fix
this.
that.
Hey,
Well, no, go
That
ahead
was
and put it back
fresh.
on.
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying if
I've
Yeah,
heard your
bro.
voice before. I've heard your voice before.
And you guess
It was
what?
hey, no, it was late night. I was
Uh-huh.
watching TV
I'm a
and a
legend.
video came on. And
I'm
two
a
women
legend.
said, "It's raining men."
No,
Hallelujah, bitch.
but I am a legend throughout YouTube. That's
no.
a fact. But you didn't hear me saying
No,
nothing
you're
like
not.
that. That was the
No, you're not.
transsexual
That was the
lover
No, you're
that
transaction.
you
not.
was over there
You
speaking
were
of.
one of the women that
You
sung "It's
know that
Raining
that
Men."
song. You know
Y'all
that that song is
spicy.
raining men for
You were
Y'all
one of the women that
spicy.
transsexuals,
sung
right?
"It's Raining
Time
Listen,
Men."
to
no,
say
listen. But
goodbye
you
to
do.
all our little
Unmarried.
But
friends.
that
Hey,
man
hey.
just clearly told on himself. You're over there
Our
Can we
watching
get her?
transsexual
biggest
Hold on,
videos,
friends.
Daryl.
sir. You
Can we
just
get the
bodied
brother Daryl
yourself,
out of here?
sir.
Rise
Yes.
to
Denied.
the
Just
rise
like
to
Porky
the
said.
You
Just
just
like
bodied
Porky
yourself,
said.
sir. It's
Just
raining
like
men
Porky
is
said. Just
derived
like
upon
Porky said. Ba-deep,
transsexual
ba-deep, ba-deep,
and
ba-deep, ba-deep, ba-deep.
homosexual
That's all,
men,
folks.
sir.
Get your
You just bodied yourself, so you up on a late night hype watching It's Raining Man. You just bodied yourself, so you up on
oh Lord. You got a bad echo.
No, that was me for I just cut on my laptop.
I think you muted. Come on.
Thank
Why am I muted?
I don't know why you was muted. I didn't mute you.
Hey,
Ooh.
Eve,
I
can you just
muted
do this
them
for me?
for a
Do this for me,
second.
Eve. Do this for me,
Oh,
Eve.
okay.
Eve, do this
I
for me.
muted
Can you say,
everyone.
Eve, can you do this for me? Just say beep, beep,
I
beep. That's
muted
all, folks. Can you do that for me?
everybody.
Oh goodness, y'all are in raw form tonight.
You know what? How about you do this for me?
I just want
This
to
is
hear her
where
do
I
it one
know you from.
time.
You know what? This is where I
I
know
just want
you
to hear her do
from.
it one time.
In real life,
Just one
dead
time.
ass. This is where I know you from, bro.
Hold
You
on,
were
baby.
that fucking guy that was over there on front stage with
Well,
the village people.
you
That's
got
you. Now I knew. Remember, I kept saying all evening. Where did I know this guy from? This guy
Village
right
people,
here
how old are
took
you?
the freaking tomahawk
Village
from one
people,
of the
how old are
village
you?
leaders from
Not village people. Oh
fucking the
God.
village
How
people.
old are you talking about village
Man,
people?
YMCA, we gotta see it to him. YMCA,
Okay,
hey,
let's do it
you
then.
don't get
It's
your gay ass
raining
on, bro.
men.
Yeah, you,
Hallelujah. It's
Be
yeah,
nice,
take say
raining
that
guys.
shit, bro. Get your gay ass on. All right,
Be nice, guys.
that's him.
Hey, for real. You
I'll
telling me,
take
hey,
that
hey,
guy
do you
down
have
through
any
there.
sisters?
I'll take him down there
Do you
through
have
there.
any
But
sisters?
I'm not even
Do you
doing
have
nothing.
any
I'm
sisters?
being cool. I'm
Hey, do you
cool.
have any non-fat sisters? Do you have
Listen,
any
guy.
non-fat
Well,
sisters?
Listen, do you want to? Because listen, let me tell you something. We
I'm
can
just
go there
asking,
all
do
day,
you
but I'm
have
gonna
any
respect these
non-fat
ladies'
sisters?
platform. I'm gonna respect their platform. I'm not gonna go there because I can really go down. I can go there with you. I will body the shit up out you, old man. You really don't want to go there with me. You
Go
really
there, you
don't.
Jenny Craig
I'm
drop
not.
ass.
I'm not that
Take
person
your
you want to
Jenny
go there
Craig
with,
drop
baby.
out ass and go
I'm
there.
legendary throughout YouTube. I'm legendary throughout YouTube. I'm not somebody you want to really deal with like that, okay? And I'm gonna respect their platform like this because this.
you guys make sure y'all subscribe to Roz and Fresh. We bringing you all the content, okay? Because tonight is epic, okay? So make sure you are subscribed to Roz and Fresh so you can get more
Thank
shows.
you.
Like, don't forget to hit our cash apps so we can keep bringing you great content. Continue, guys. Go ahead.
Listen,
Right.
I don't even like playing with people in the geriatric home. Like that's not even fair, man. Like, look at this guy right here, man. Look at his dinosaur arms with his fucking green fucking hat
Why
he
do I
got
keep getting
sitting up on
Very
there,
muted?
much
man.
so.
With why you don't got no AirPod?
Why don't you cam up? Can you cam up, Dale
Mm.
Carter?
And that cash
Huh?
app is 1 second. Can I go? And that
Right.
cash app
Cam up,
is
Dale Carter.
Go ahead, Roz. You got the floor.
Rosin Fresh. We have on the panel.
Roz, we can't hear you.
We ready? Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you now.
Tonight, for those who just came into our show, we hear me.
I can hear you
Y'all
now.
can hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Am I good? Okay. I was going to say that Ivan G, the Ignorant Misfits Report, and Kevin themselves. We also have some people coming into our chat behind the bar. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being in there, big bro. We did give each other our last words and last comments, but it looks like we're going on a second round. Fresh, do you have time and energy?
Hey, let them have it.
Okay.
Let's keep it respectful, guys. Like, I
Round
love
two.
the conversation and the back and forth, but let's try to, you know.
And let's be respectful to our women on the panel. I love the Ignorant Misfits Report. I love Jan in our chat. I love Shannon and the Accountant in Sales, Pamela J, and all the women that support us. We want to exercise non-toxicity. So if we can have a conversation where we're not making jabs at each other so hard, just so hard, you know.
A little bit, poquito.
A little bit, just poquito, because
You didn't mention that one guy. Roz, you didn't mention that one guy.
He wasn't finished yet. She wasn't finished. Listen. Let me He wasn't finished. Our male supporters, we have way more male supporters than we have female. We're hoping to get more females involved. So that's why she felt the need to shout them out first. But our male supporters have been top notch. BDB, Fresh Brown, Bully Podcast, IBC. We appreciate you, Rich Glizzy.
Jay Savage, Bridgeport.
Our male supporters, they know we love them unconditionally. They have been supporting RASnFRESH since day one. So, she just wasn't finished yet. She was gonna get there. So,
Why does Lizzo's auntie keep coming at me?
Hey, what she just say?
You need to check on her niece, Lizzo. Shit, take her a sandwich instead of fucking.
Is this geriatric patient still talking about me? Come on, guys. Come on.
Y'all are hilarious.
Like, come on, man. Go check your fucking life alert.
Well,
you keep coming
that's
at
really
me.
not fair.
I'll check my life alert. If
Check
you get a
your
refill
life
on your
alert,
diabetes
sir.
medicine.
Like, this
If
is
you
not
get
what
refill on your diabetes medicine. I'll check my life
diabetes.
alert.
Boy, listen.
So is
I
this
will
an
make you
example
listen
of
if I
the toxic love of black women and men?
If I ever cammed up on your old self, okay, I will make you change all your ideologies about a woman, and that's a whole fact. Do you understand me, old man River? I will make you change your whole perception, your whole beliefs, your whole values, your whole everything about what a woman. And I will have your ass bowing down to my knees, you old fuck you. You understand?
Yeah, but that's not fair to take shots at a guy and you don't show your image.
If I just cammed up right now, man, that man right there, drop to his knees, man. All right?
No, I won't. You know
and
why?
that's a whole fact.
I guarantee
You're not sitting up there saying nothing to me. Okay?
I guarantee
Follow me on Instagram or come to my page. Follow me on my page.
Go ahead, plug your shit, sis.
Okay.
All I gotta do is turn on the TV and look at my.
All right, Run DMC. All right, Run DMC. Let me tell you who I am real quick, okay?
Go ahead, plug your shit.
I am one half of the Ignorant Misfits Report. Okay, if you shut your gap mouth ass up, I can be able to sit there and say,
you got 30 seconds. Go ahead, plug your shit, sis.
All right, cool. All right, I'm Eve, one half of the Ignorant Misfits Report. Okay, that's on
And
that's
you're the
on
star of
YouTube.
My 600-Pound Life.
But then meanwhile, here you are, okay? It'll take the jaws of life to be able to draw them teeth you got back together again. You know what
Plug
I'm
your
saying?
social media. Go
It'll
ahead
take
and
the
plug your
jaws of
social
life to be
media.
able to push them teeth back in. Like, boy, you're not saying nothing. Fix the gap in your heart before you fix the gap in your teeth, son. That's all I'm saying.
Go
But
ahead
if
and
you
plug
really
your
want to come
social
up on the
media.
page, though, listen, I will body you, though. Real dead ass, I will body you, though. I'm over here trying to respect their platform because this is not that. That ain't this, okay, old man? Look at you. Yeah, hold your
Thank
heart,
you.
Sanford and Son. Hold your
Eve,
heart, Sanford and Son. All
Eve,
right?
Eve,
Because I'll
Eve,
make
I
your
want
ass
you
come
to
up
take
out of
the
it.
time.
All right,
Eve,
baby. I'm
Eve, I want
good.
you
I'm
to take
good.
the time to plug your social media for me.
All right.
Plug your
All
social
right.
media.
All right. Can we
Go
put
ahead.
a muzzle on fucking Red Fox over there? All right.
He
All
gonna
right.
come back. So go ahead and
All
plug your
right.
social
All right.
media.
Cool.
Where can we find you?
All right, cool. So somebody plugged it in there. Shout out to you, Willie Podcast. That's Mike Dougie and I's podcast. You guys please feel free to follow. Also have the Ignorant Misfits report on Instagram. My personal Instagram as well doesn't matter. Okay. But it is what it is. Thank you guys
No,
so much for
what is your
You're
personal
all very welcome.
Instagram? What is your personal
Thank you, Eve,
Instagram?
what's
for
up.
coming to the
I
panel.
want to hear it.
Listen to this guy, man. He wants
No, I
to
want
spend
to.
so much money on me so bad. He can't wait to be able to dump his wallet off on Eve. Man, he can't wait. Like, you want my Instagram so bad, you can't wait, can you? You can't wait to spend that money on Eve, huh? Green hat bandit, you can't wait. I'm gonna give you what
Unmute.
you want. The glamour is
Ivan.
hippie.
Ivan, unmute.
The glamour is hippie. Ivanhoe.
Ivan, unmute.
All
I
right.
can't unmute you. Ivan, unmute. I can't unmute you. You gotta unmute.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Where did this go? How did she? What was this about? If I want your IG, all I gotta do is go to Weight Watchers on IG, and I'll see your big motherfucker looking ass.
Ivan.
That man got some low grade ass fucking womp womp womp
Hey, all I
womp.
gotta do
Try
is go.
again, oh
All I
man.
gotta do is go to
That shit is
satellite TV,
lame.
go
That
to
shit is
WeTV,
lame. That
and
shit is
watch
lame.
reruns of
That shit
My
is lame.
600
Just
Pound
like you
Life.
in that loose ass t-shirt you got running
And I
around
can
with
see,
your
hey,
dinosaur
and I can
arms and
see
that
that
gap ass tooth
crane,
you
and I
got in
can see
your
that
head
big
and
ass
that fucking
crane.
string of an
Hey,
earpiece you got on. Boy, you can't upgrade over
one
already
you
to
the broad they had to pull
iPods
out of the
already.
room with the
Man,
crane.
your old ass,
Then they had to pull you
you
out the
do
room
live
with the
in the
crane,
Stonies.
and you
You
had
do
all
live
them
in the Stonies.
sandwiches
For
around
real,
you.
for real. Boy, you not hitting on
Right.
me, bro. I'm telling your old
Make
ass,
sure
you better
y'all hit
fall
that
back.
like
Why
button.
y'all ain't mute
You
All
her?
better
right.
fall back. I'm a legend out here,
No,
All
dinosaur.
right.
I don't
I'm
give
just
a
not.
I'm a
Hey,
damn.
legend out here, dinosaur.
hold on. Let me.
Let's go ahead. Let's
Hey,
go ahead. Ivan. I want you to go ahead and plug your social media, your plug your channel. Where
okay,
can we find you?
Instagram is IvanGTV100. Go Rush 06. YouTube is Ivan G Worldwide. But if I go to cable and watch My 600 Pound Life, I'll see her ass being towed out on a crane with sandwiches and pizza boxes surrounding her big ass. Cam your ass
Oh
up,
my
pal.
God, Ivan.
Cam up, Porky.
Stop it.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do something better for you right quick, okay? Hey guys, in the comment section, you guys have ever seen Eve? Drop a 1 in the comment section if Eve is a dime, a dub. Let me just go ahead and put a 20 because, like, what's a dime to a
Oh
dub?
man, I never
Drop
seen
a
you.
1 right quick, so because you haven't ever seen me, Old Man River, but there's a lot of people in here that has. Okay, drop a 1 right quick to those who've seen Eve. Drop that 1 right quick in the comment section, guys. Let's go ahead and just kill this old man real quick.
You look like
playing.
Harriet Tubman, ain't
If
it?
you go ahead, but you can go
Oh,
ahead.
she's getting the ones in there, Ivan.
Okay, let's just stop
These are
playing
dusty,
I
around.
never
thirsty
saw
niggas.
her,
Let's
but I
stop
believe
playing.
your voice.
These are dusty, thirsty niggas. Willie
Man,
D,
please.
that's a dusty, thirsty nigga from Brooklyn. He can't even get no ass in Brooklyn.
Nah, big
Look, come on, let's go, y'all. Man, please. Drop them fucking motherfuckers in
Hey,
there, man.
I bet your pajama
You
pants is extra large.
extra large. No, you were being accurate,
My
sir.
dude said she Eve is
Eve, you got to cam up now, dog. You got to
I ain't
cam
got to
up.
do a bitch ass thing.
Before
I ain't
you
got to do
cam
a bitch
up,
ass thing. Let's be
before you
clear.
cam up, put the
Listen,
pizza
you
You
box
want
know
me
on
to
you
top.
cam up?
fine,
You
Eve.
want
You
me to
got to
cam up?
cam up.
You want
I
me
ain't
to
seen
cam
you
up?
before,
You want me to cam?
but
I can't. I actually cammed up on my live that night that you was
We
on.
don't care. Cam up
Oh,
now. We
really?
don't care.
Oh,
Cam
okay.
up now.
So yeah.
Listen, I'm not one of them ones that's gonna say that
We don't care. Cam up now. We don't care. Cam up now. I'm cammed up. Rich Bleezy's cammed up. Why don't you cam up 227?
Guess what? Let me tell you something. I came up right now. Listen, I can cam up right now though, and we can go ahead and do a contest right quick, okay?
But you doing you
got
sniping right now. You sniping. You doing a sniper job.
Ivan, do you got 2 bands on you right now? Do you got 2 bands on you right now? If the comments, listen, we're gonna have a comments time. Hold on. Cat, Ivan, we're gonna let the comments decide. We're gonna let the comments decide. Hold on, old man. Hold on now. Let me finish something. You might have a proposition. You might have a win on your hand. Just shut the fuck up for a second, right? So what we can do is this. We can throw a contest right quick, right? We can throw a contest right quick, right? You got two bands on you right now? I came up right quick, and then we got to go ahead and shoot half of that to the hostesses, okay?
Hey, Willie
right?
B, is this
And then the winner is going to go by way of the chat, all right?
Willie
You got
B,
2
is this
bands?
one of your aunties?
Do
Is
you
this
got
one of
2
your aunties,
bands?
Willie B?
Do you got 2
What's the
bands?
challenge?
What's the challenge?
What's the challenge?
The challenge is if Eve is a booger bear or not. This nigga say I'm fat. This nigga say I'm this and that and everything. So I'm willing to put a $2,000 wager down right now. Right now. Listen, I'm willing to put a $2,000 wager down right now.
Shout out to Willie B.
No, and I'm dead ass. And I'm dead ass right now. Oh, fuck you. But I'm not about to go and do a bitch ass thing off of no fucking recognizance. You better have some money up, okay? Old man. You hear me? Do you got $2,000 right now? If I came about this bitch in the goddamn comment section say Eve is a motherfucking masterpiece, you bitch, you better have that 2 bands. In fact, you better have that 2 bands before we even fucking get this shit going. Let's go. Let's go.
So, okay, how do we rate a booger bear? How do we rate a booger bear? On a scale from 1 to 10, how do we rate a booger bear?
Let's go.
Rich, I don't have.
Let's go.
Do a poll out there.
Let Ivan
shoot it over there to them.
Let Ivan respond.
Bitch nigga.
Look, I don't have.
Let him talk.
I don't have two bands.
I know you don't, you broke ass old nigga. I know you don't, nigga, but I do, nigga. I do. And you over here really fucking around with a bitch. You here come a nigga that ain't got a bitch ass $2,000 in your fucking bank account, nigga. But you over here trying to talk about what the fuck a woman can do and what the fuck a woman can't do. You broke ass old ass nigga. You get the
Why you mad? You in feelings? Why you in feelings? Why you?
I just rest my fucking case on this broke ass old man.
Why are the stakes so high? Why is it? How about $50? Why are the stakes so high?
The stakes are always high. Fucking with Eve. You understand? The stakes are always high. The fuck?
Y'all done pissed Eve off. Oh Lord.
Nah, I'm not high, but I'm competitive like that. Like, man, please put your money where your mouth is. Man, you talk about you can take care of a woman. Let me show you can take care of a woman. Nigga, I can take care of you before you can never take care of me. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you got the nerve to sit your bitch ass up here talking about what a woman need to be doing with you, nigga. You can't even take care of her the way your bitch ass need to do. I rest my case. I throw the phone at your old bitch ass. All right?
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Y'all
are you okay?
Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button because this is a rare form tonight. We in rare form tonight. Look, my bottle. This is just me.
Very good.
Nah, I'm good. I just had to put an old man in his place, though, baby. I appreciate you guys for having me up here. I just did everything that this man sat there and talked about that he couldn't do. You talking about you like to live by these traditional settings. This man just sat up here and said he didn't have $2,000 to do nothing. I said it's an easy gamble. It's an easy gamble. Easy
Why
gamble.
am I just putting the back screen?
I do this though. I love this shit. I got that to be able to go throw up, man. I'm listen. I was about to go ahead and cash app you that money right now. Okay.
Look.
And there's the comment. This don't have nothing to do with you. This stuff is done. It's done. Old man River over there on the left. You don't have the money. You don't have the money. You don't
let me
have
finish.
the money. You don't have the money. It's done. I was just about to push end. You're finito. Finish. I don't want you as a black man to ever tell another woman what the heck you expect from them. You can't even afford to buy that old blow up Barbie doll. Them fucking them booze that she wants. You can't even afford to buy her that. I just said let's go ahead and cash out these ladies over here 2 racks. You couldn't even do that. What the hell?
You need an arbitrator
Like,
for this.
on, man. Like, don't play no games with me, man. It's all or nothing with me. It's all or nothing with me. You can't ever come up with me. Listen, listen, it's done. You're done. It's immediately 2 racks. Because what is that? What is that? What is 2 racks? You can't finish, sir. You just sat there and said that you didn't have 2 racks, sir. And I said, if I came up on you right now, I got 2 racks right now that the chat gonna fucking sit there and say, Eve is a fucking motherfucker. You don't even have that, sir. You said you didn't have that. I said, this might be an easy win for you. This might be a fatality for me. All right? That might have been too easy. You was gonna walk away. You was gonna walk away probably with 1,500. While the 2 ladies walk away over there with $250 a piece. The ladies walk away with $250 a piece. You didn't even have that, son. You don't even have that, son. You don't even have $2,000 in your bank account, son. You're done. You're food. You're cooked. You're over finito finish.
Go ahead, Ivan.
Look, I don't have 2 bands to dedicate to you and your lifetime supply of $5 hot and ready pizzas, bitch. And that's all I got to say.
Still on the B word, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. But I don't have 2 bands for your lifetime supply of Happy Meals. I don't have that. I don't have it. I don't want to buy you a lifetime supply of chicken nuggets and fries. No, I don't. I don't have 2 bands for that. Because that's all you're going to do. You're going to be at fucking Domino's every goddamn day on the day talking about you got a coupon or a discount with two bands from me getting $5 hot and readies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you raggedy ass broad. Cam your sorry ass up because I don't have 2 bands for $2,000 worth of $5 hot and ready pepperoni pizzas. Bitch. And it's always on a bitch.
It's always on a
no
bitch. Now that's the only time the B word is acceptable. Okay, that's acceptable. It's always on a.
Somebody throw this bitch a double quarter.
Hey, what I just say? What I just say?
She still don't
can't let
she did all that talk about nothing.
We give you a little room, and you gotta go too far. Y'all are funny.
Bitch get deliveries every goddamn day from Domino's. Sit up on the goddamn couch, waiting for the fucking crane to pick her ass up to take her to the local clinic. God damn it. Your 600-pound life ain't gonna cost you 2 bands, bitch. Fuck out of here.
Y'all are out of control.
Thank you, Eve. Thank you to Ignorant Misfits report for representing your personality.
Right by her fucking couch because she can't go to the bathroom. So you keep the
you are welcome back anytime.
Tissue by her couch every goddamn day. Try to talk about me, bitch. You older than me, Celie. You older than me, Nell Carter. You older than me, old lady from 227. You look like the old lady from the fucking
let him go. Just let him go for a minute. Just let him go for a minute. Let him get it out. Ivan, you got 30 seconds. Go ahead, let it out. Just get it out.
This bitch eats chicken pieces every day just to help her with her fucking menopause. Get your motherfucking ass out of here, bitch. That bitch drive the fucking school bus. She's the fat bitch that drive the school bus.
Stop.
That's her. Lady Fresh and Roz. She was driving the school bus when y'all was in high school. That's the same bitch. Still talking shit. She's mad. School bus drivers don't get a piece. That's why you on here asking for a goddamn 2 bands.
15 seconds, Ivan. 15 seconds.
I bet if you go in her house, the pizza boxes are stacked to the fucking ceiling, and they all say Domino's. Get this $5 hot and ready ass bitch up out of here.
Ignorant Misfits reports did what she does, and she does that well. So
not the bus driver.
Y'all are out of control.
Oh, this Willie B, ain't it? Willie B, that's your auntie, ain't she? That's your auntie, nigga. You know you look like a fucking triple cheeseburger on the side, nigga. This your
Oh God,
Ivan, why you so angry tonight, dude? What's going on?
I bet they meet at Burger King every fucking morning for breakfast. Him and that fat bro. That's his
We
auntie.
have to realize, everyone, that a lot of buttons have been pressed tonight.
Apparently.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
Wait a minute.
yes.
Hold on. She can go off on me getting her feelings, but
What
I can't
side?
get mine. I
We
can't
gave
get
you,
mine.
we
No,
let
I'm in
you
my
know.
feelings. I'm in my feelings. Hell no. Hell, I can go off on a fat bitch easy. Shit, I
Salute,
bet you,
Ivan.
bitch, I bet you won't meet me in a gym.
I just pictured the fat bitch driving the bus
I bet you
and
she
eating
won't.
while she's driving in a blue
If I give
suit.
her 2 bands, the last thing she's gonna get is a membership to the gym. That's the last thing
I'm
she's
not
gonna
okay.
get.
I'm done with y'all.
We don't know. Even that woman, she is beautiful.
No, she not. She wouldn't cam up. Don't lie for her. Don't lie for her. She won't cam up.
Everybody don't.
No, she is
everybody
gorgeous.
don't-
She gonna get on this motherfucker look like this.
Yeah, everyone doesn't have to cam up.
Everybody doesn't. That's not a requirement. We like it when they do, but it's not a requirement. And plenty of people in the chat have seen her. Jen says she's beautiful.
Her voice
Yes.
sounds familiar. Her voice sounds familiar. I remember when I went to the liquor store, it was a fat broad in front of the liquor store saying, "Sir, can you give me $5 so I
But
can go
the
get me
voice,
something to eat?"
though,
And
the
she was
voice,
already
though,
fucking fat.
the voice, though, the voice. Ivan.
She sounds like her throat is swollen.
Crazy.
All right, Ivan.
She sounds like she smokes Newports and eats cheeseburgers at the
Oh
same time.
Lord.
At the same time, Ivan, how is that even
Same
possible?
damn time.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, please.
The shorts are the 100.
I bet you she chews on bacon and cheese flavored gum.
Please.
Where the hell? Where do you come up with this stuff?
Woo!
Oh, Ivan. Can you?
Well, I'm still here. You can't go off on me without me retaliating on your ass.
Apparently, but I want you guys to give y'all, like, for real this time. Give us your final thoughts on the topic as far as, you know, is Black love toxic?
Very toxic.
That's where this started, you know. So tell us y'all feedback on that.
Black love is toxic if you enter it in the wrong way. If you don't be truthful and upfront with the person, the object of your love, then yeah, it becomes toxic.
Repeat that again, because that is so important right there, because that's something that I feel like is not done. And I think that is the root of a lot of problems, is that people are not upfront. So go ahead and repeat that one more time.
Yeah, if you're not honest and truthful to the person that's the object of your desire or your love, if you just want to fuck, sometimes if you tell them, hey, I just want to fuck, you know, they might be receptive to that.
You'd be surprised. Some people are receptive to that.
Yeah, but if you go through jump through all these hoops and do all this lying just to lay down with them, and then when you lay down with them, you don't want them no more, that's where the toxicity comes in.
I agree.
So just be honest and truthful, and you won't have the shit that we've been having for decades now. For decades.
Why do you think people are so afraid of being honest? Because, I mean, in the world that we live in today, you know, I feel like transparency would be key.
But you have a lot of lame, lacking in confidence ass men. It's not the women. It's not the women. It's the lame ass, lacking in confidence ass men that lie to these women just to lay up with them. And then when they find out that they laid up with them and they're like, they want to move on, but now they got this woman. Now they got this woman where they want them. Now the woman is like looking for him to maybe be that dude. Well, not these young chicks, they after it just as much as the dudes now. So now
I disagree with that.
I'm so glad you made that.
These young chicks is after it now, and they lying to the niggas. These niggas think this chick really likes them, and that chick could have 2 or 3 niggas on the side.
Table will turn, yes. I'm so glad you made that point, because I do realize that you are very traditional, which I think is still very good to have people that are still very traditional. You know, obviously you want your household to run a certain way. I respect that. You know what I mean? I do realize that that's not everybody's reality, unfortunately, but you know, you follow tradition, and the fact that you're able to recognize that, you know what I mean, the times have changed and that people are not transparent with one another, that does affect relationships between black men and black women. So I think that it was
Yeah.
really important that you were able to make.
No, I disagree. I totally disagree. I think a lot of these women lie to themselves, and a lot of the guys that they choose, especially the ones in our community who choose to have babies, they know this guy is lying for them so he can get a piece of ass so he can just pop and run. But and then they lie to themselves that he wants me. They know damn well ain't nobody, none of these handsome guys really want you. It's always the knuckleheads and these little ugly motherfuckers and the little scrubby ass motherfuckers who want you.
Well, I
But when
think,
the guy that they
But
really
Rich Pleasant,
wants them, that's the ones that get pregnant by it.
but I think it's
but here's
that.
the
A
thing
lot of
though.
them.
But here's the thing though. These guys have to be honest and truthful. They have to tell these women what they want, these young girls, what they actually want. And it's up for these young girls to accept that or not. Because if the young girl really cuts for him enough, she'll lay up with him, even if she knows that he just want to fuck and he ain't gonna be around. She'll do it anyway if she's really into this dude. She might be into it for that one-time experience. But as long as dudes is like, you know, I want you to be my girl and this, that, and the third and all that, then females still being who they are by nature. By nature, we keep forgetting men and women have different natures.
They do, absolutely.
Women's
They do.
nature is women's nature is completely emotional. You can't think of how you are and equate that to how a woman feels.
I
Because
agree.
That's
yeah,
true.
now, so if you're not gonna be upfront and truthful with this woman, you're gonna be like, I want you to be my girl. And especially these niggas that's really getting it. That's nigga really out here getting it because it's easy to influence these women when you're like that.
I
So
agree with that, but I also agree with Rich too that there are some women out there who, even when you're honest with them and you tell them that you're only in it for the sex, sometimes that doesn't change that woman from becoming attached to you.
but
And they
that's on
start making
her. But
right.
now
That
it's
is
on
on
her.
her. I agree. I agree. So I mean, it's a slippery slope. Like, you know, women are emotional. So sometimes you can be straight up with them and tell them they ain't gonna never be your woman. They ain't gonna never, you know, be important.
Mm-hmm.
It's only about sex. And sometimes those women will still choose to mess with that man, even though he told you it's not gonna never be nothing. You still have babies with them.
Yep.
So here it goes back to the accountability. And I keep saying it's accountability on both parts. You know what I mean? So I agree with both of you guys. You both make really good points.
Well,
Go ahead.
let's keep it real. Okay, okay. This is not all because it's very complicated. So I can't speak on all. It's very, very complicated. But
Yes, never.
those women, there's a lot of women out there who get an opportunity to have sex with a very good looking guy. And that's the guy that they're going to say, fuck that. I'm having his baby whether he wants it or not because they
Yep.
want some decent looking children. And there's a lot of women out there like that. There's a lot of this going on. Or Ray Ray or Pookie could be popular. He's a big D boy. He's making big money at that time. And then they hook up with him. And then she winds up pregnant and just too lazy. I just don't want to get an abortion. So there's all kind of scenarios when it comes because we're dealing with kids. Most of these motherfuckers having these babies at a young age are kids. They don't know what the fuck they want.
That's true.
You know, your frontal cortex is not fully developed till you're like 25, and they're not wise enough to make wise decisions. So I've
Let,
seen this happen throughout my life.
let's do this. Let's do this real quick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's take here in Dallas, we got the Cowboys, Dak Prescott. He's the quarterback, right? So let's say there's a woman, she has a boyfriend, and if you ask, let's say you Ross or you Fresh, you know her, and you say, girl, if Dak Prescott want to lay up with you, would you do it? She will easily tell you, yeah, simply because of who he is, the money he makes, and his stature in life, right?
Right.
Now, that same woman may have a boyfriend, and you ask her, would you let your boyfriend sleep with so and so? She'll say, no, hell no. You know why? Because she put more value in Dak Prescott than she do her own man. That's what it's about. So if you value a man enough, you'll let him do what the fuck he wants to do. If he has enough value, if he has enough stature, whether on the streets or in society, you're gonna let that man do what the fuck he wants to do. And the nigga that don't have enough value, he's like working at the fucking FedEx or at the fucking Walmart. You're not gonna put value on him. You want this nigga work at Walmart. He better not be doing no bullshit on me. But Dak Prescott can come and fuck you and any other broad out there that's willing to fuck him. But old fucking Trayvon at Walmart, he can't do that. Trayvon don't have as much value as Dak Prescott. And that's what it comes down to, Rich, when you talk about these women are doing this and that. It depends on the value they hold in that man. So if fucking who's the top rapper right now? If Drake comes to your town, and he says hi to your woman, you better believe your woman is gonna find out what was up with that hi. Why did he speak to me?
He fucking
Hoes ain't
Why did he
loyal.
speak to me? Yeah, why did he speak to me? This is Drake. Why did he speak to me? And then if you come along and say, hey, baby, you enjoying yourself at the concert, he's gonna look at you like, yeah, me and my homegirls, we gonna go to the after party with Drake, and she gonna make it seem like, you know, I talk to you later. You'll talk to you later, ass nigga. It's the value that these women put on the men that they don't put on regular niggas.
Yeah, because you can't make me I'm gonna talk to you later ass bitch.
You gotta realize you gotta realize
you Rich Bleezy, you can go to a woman with what you got and be honest and truthful and say, hey, I'm just having a good time. I think you're sexy. You mind? Let's kick it for a little bit tonight, and we ain't got to do all that other stuff. No strings attached. She might say, yeah, but then she might say no. But if fucking 2 Chainz or what's the other dude name? What's the other rapper? One of these rappers' name. 2 Chainz. That other dude. The other guy.
Bunch of them. Shit. Take your choice.
But if he come along and he say, hey, I'm doing an after party at my hotel room. I want you to come up. We gonna kick it. Shit. She don't give a fuck. If her and 3 other chicks is in the butt. Future. She don't give a fuck. If Future got 3 more bras in that bed, she gonna jump in too, because that's Future.
There's a lot of women that will go.
Rich Bleezy, you better take your ass home and wait for it.
You might have a point there, Ivan. There's a lot of women
that is the
like
that's,
that. No,
that's the truth.
Right.
That's actually the truth.
No, but see, you gotta. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you something about this as well. See, not all women, but hold it. Let me say something. A lot of women look at us like video games. They're trying to get to the next stage as well, right? So they didn't sit there and game your ass up, and then they're trying to get to that next level. A lot of women, not all, but a lot of women do that. And if Future comes around, whatever the rappers you said, they're gonna try to get to that level. And then once they get up in that arena, again, whoever comes around, and then when Drake comes around, they're gonna try to get to Drake's level, right? That's the ultimate level. So I mean, we're like video games. But you got to understand this as well. I want to say this, and I'm done with it. You got to realize, see, when you're young, what you wanted at 18 or 19 years old, you probably don't want at 28 or 30 years old. You probably don't want that. That goes for women and men. You probably don't want. See, what you liked at 18 or 19 is not what you desire at 30 years old. And then what you wanted at 30 is not probably what you don't want at 40. That applies to a lot of people. Not all, but a lot of people.
Thank you for not making the generalization, because I think it's a generalization.
I'm in Dallas, Texas. Every so often we have a blues concert here. And these blues singers be coming to town. You know them, Rise, the trail ride music, Big Pokey Bear and Sir Charles and all them. Yeah. They come to town, and these older women in their late 30s, 40s, and 50s will go off with them niggas and leave their fucking husbands. And these are women in their 30s, late 30s, 40s, and 50s will go off with these niggas. It ain't just the youth. You can't just say the youth. These older women are doing it too.
Hey,
if the dude has value,
out.
If the dude has value, your relationship.
I'll be right
is
back. My
questionable.
cup's empty.
So, Ivan,
Yes,
let me
they
ask-
will spend a night in a trailer on the weekend.
Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question, Ivan. And I know you're not 60, early 70s. I know that.
I ain't worried about what Mother
But-
Love was talking about.
But shut up. Don't say that. But say, for instance, we switch the tables around. You dating somebody, you got you a woman that you've been with for a little while. You love her. You've been together. But Sade come to town. Sade come to town and she give Ivan a little wink, a little hello, how you doing? Maybe you just remember. Was you jumping, nigga, or is you chilling?
Let me tell you something. See, this is where it comes to.
Now, I just want a yes or no.
Oh, no. And
Okay,
this is what
now
it
you
comes
can
down to.
explain.
This is what it comes down to. If my broad looks better than Sade, then I'm going with my broad. Sade can't do nothing for me.
So it's
Sade,
good looks.
it's with men, it's the looks. If with men, I love Sade's music. I think Sade is a beautiful woman. But if my woman looks better than Sade, you think I'm finna lose Sade? Who?
But say your woman doesn't look better than Sade. She don't look better than Sade.
Okay, now it's in question. That's
See
how easy that is?
But that's bad, dude. Because you're basically saying that the value of that woman means nothing now, simply because Sade looks better than her. She might have been the best woman to you. She makes sure all your fucking drawers are ironed, your t-shirts are
I'll take
ironed.
that in consideration.
Your food is on the table every night.
I'll take that in consideration.
You're saying that because Sade simply looks better, and you know it's going to be one night with Sade, that you're willing to just be like, all right, my chick don't look better than Sade, so I'm going to go for it.
That's a possibility.
So when the woman does
it depends on how much better. Because Sade now is like
I can't wait. So you're willing to throw it all away, basically.
What do you mean throw it all away?
So what if your woman's not willing to be okay with you spending that one night with Sade?
Oh, she's gonna know what happens? She has to know what happens?
We always know.
No, here's the thing. The bad example is Sade. If you would have said somebody like not even Halle Berry, what's that fine ass black chick? I can't think of
it. The thing about Halle Berry is, like, you gotta look at the crazy with that, because she's beautiful, y'all. She's gorgeous.
But we're not talking relationship.
I know, but she's still crazy. And sometimes you don't even have to talk relationship when it comes to crazy, because the bitch is just crazy.
You can be crazy for one night. Come here, Halle.
All you motherfuckers are crazy.
Nah, y'all know. Don't act like you don't know. So you ain't never spent the night with a chick, and you plan for it to be that one night, and you dick her down so good that she don't be bugged out after that. You ain't never had that situation?
That done happened a lot.
All right, then. So don't give me that, yo. Halle Berry is crazy.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I abdicate myself by saying, hey, it's not like, I want to kick it with you. Let's have fun. I always do that. I got to do that. I can't sit up here and say, man, you find we can do this together. I see myself doing this with you in the future. Ain't none of that.
But that's all fine and good. But my question to you was, your chick don't look better than Sade or whatever beautiful woman that you have up on that pedestal, because every man got one, just like every woman got one, that you measure against everybody. That one celebrity, right? Your woman don't look better than her. Are you willing to risk it all just for that one night?
Fresh.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
So is it okay for you, but not that woman?
Here's the thing. I'm not saying
she look like she got some red snapper.
I'm not saying it's
I'm
okay.
just asking.
No, I'm not saying it's okay, but if it happens, it happens. Ain't nothing I can't control that. You're talking about things you can't control.
No, you can control it.
See, you're just talking from your perspective.
No, I'm just saying you can control it though if you really wanted to. But if you don't want to, then you're not going to. Just like a woman in this situation. But see, the difference is that men,
it all depends.
You're not gonna fuck with a woman after that, because women are internal and men are external. I learned that lesson from my husband. There's things that men get away with doing, that women don't get away with doing.
Straight up, they said it.
Straight up, because women are internal. So when women sleep with a man, right, she's taking him into her body. So that is a completely different thing, than a man entering another woman. So
I disagree. Women are external as well, aesthetics.
I'm just telling you what
you
men
can control it. If you decide to make a decision,
because I had to deal with it all my life.
But for me, it's all the same.
Well, you can't interview one guy about that.
You're cheating. But a lot of men do feel like women are internal and men are.
No, I had a lot of women who wanted me because of external, because of my looks. Straight up.
But what I'm talking about is the fact of a woman going outside of her relationship and a man going outside of her relationship tend to be very different.
Yep.
Because men typically cannot deal with the fact that another man has penetrated their woman. Whereas women, we tend to be a little bit more like, they'll be bad. They may not fuck with you for a little while, but they usually end up taking you back. Men don't typically get over that shit like that. Women are
no, we're not supposed to. That's
right.
Like
we're very territorial. We don't play that.
Yeah,
that's my point.
That's the difference.
Right. Women are internal. Men are external. Men can't get past.
But here's the thing. What type of man would choose a woman that has the capability of doing something like that?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, you really don't know what you're gonna get. I don't care how you choose a woman. You don't know what you're gonna get.
I don't care what nobody says. When you meet somebody, you meet their representative. You don't get to know a person until a little time passes. You meet their representative. You meet the person they want you to meet. You meet the person that they want you to see and understand and see that they're able to be
stronger.
All the other shit starts coming later after they know they secured your ass.
At all.
Am I right?
Well, like I said, for me,
it
comes to the upfront honesty and what you're looking for in this person. That's what it comes. That's what it boils down to. The upfront truth and honesty that you let this person know what you're looking for. You got to be upfront. This is the mistake that we've been making for decades, maybe even centuries, possibly. But I'll say at least
people change. You don't know what folks will do.
Look.
Well, I mean that's true.
I've seen nothing different. I've seen nothing different. What was handed down to me, I initially handed down. We was all trying to be players. This, that, and the third. We was all trying to be players until you realize, man, you getting enough. Like I'm gonna tell you something.
But that comes over time, though.
I'm gonna be the first person to say this. I've shitted on a lot of good women. So if you hear a bunch of women saying
literally or figuratively,
they got you.
You don't mean
figuratively. Up and you're miserable.
Figuratively. So when I hear figuratively. So when I hear women say niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, I kind of sympathize with that because I know I was one of them no shit niggas back in the day. I was one of them no shit niggas. I'm talking about good women.
Trauma is real.
Women that I've been almost engaged.
There's good and good and bad karma. Remember that.
It's 3 times. I mean, like women that ain't even married today because what I did to them back in the early 90s and shit.
That's trauma.
Scarred. I'm talking about scarred. So when they say women
ain't so much for redeeming yourself tonight.
So when they say I ain't redeem myself,
you did though. You really did because, like you were really specific on the traditions, and what I was saying is that everybody's not like that. Whether or like it would be perfect if we could get back to that, but that's not realistic in today's in the day and age that we're living in today. So by you saying that. You understand the fact that you cause trauma to women. You understand that sometimes past experiences will mold you into the person that you become. Now, whether or not you should take that out on the next person, you know, that's where I feel like you need to understand that this person ain't that person. So you need to be able to differentiate, but not do that. So the fact
we have to realize that.
It's hard for women to
right.
do that.
Everyone knows this.
For women to do that, and the fact that you're able to say that I know that there's women who haven't been able to get married because of the trauma that I caused them. A lot of men can't say that, Ivan. A lot of men can't say that. A lot of men will just attribute to the women being the way that they are simply because somebody else did it, or they wasn't raised right, or their parents, you know, did them some disservice. But for a man to be able to say, you know what, I caused this trauma in this woman's life, and down the line, she wasn't able to have a good relationship because she harbored all of those things. Like, that's something that we have to deal with. But the fact that a man can acknowledge that, that's not common. That's not common, especially if you believe in certain traditions. So the fact that you said what you said is why I said you redeemed yourself, because, you know, tradition, the traditional way that you think is not necessarily how men today think. But the fact that you acknowledge the fact that you may have caused trauma to women to make them the way that they are, or contribute. I won't say make them the way they are.
He didn't say he changed.
What you say, Roz? Roz? What'd you say?
You got to realize women sow their oats as well.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're young. When you're a young woman, you got to realize young women make stupid mistakes and young men make stupid mistakes. But usually, the young men have to pay for it, especially if the woman gets pregnant. Okay, you have to realize that straight up. It's always against the men. But young women make stupid mistakes, and I want to hit on something else you said about aesthetics. Okay, when you're young, women are looking at aesthetics because, you know, I grew up, and if I just walk up to a woman and say, "Hey, can I have your phone number?" She gives it to me. She finds me appealing, straight up. She doesn't know my personality. She knows shit about me, but she gave me a phone number because she thought I was appealing to her eyes, or I was agreeing to her eyes, straight up. And that still happens now, even in the older fucking day when they're older as well.
But I feel
Women
like
still look at the guy, and then until they have to get to know the guy as well. Just like the guy needs to know the woman. That's why motherfuckers supposed to date. You're supposed to know the women and the man are supposed to date each other so they can know what the fuck they're dealing with before you get into a long-term relationship or anything like that. Now, if it's a hit and quit, you're gonna find. If it's a hit and quit, you're gonna find out real quick. Because man gonna hit and kick rocks. Man hit it twice and kick rocks. But you gotta. I mean, that's how this shit works. That's why women are like, they focus on aesthetics, and the man hit and kick rocks. And they crying and shit like, what's wrong with me? No, ain't nothing wrong with you. He just wanted to hit and quit. And you know he was above your level. You know, you a fucking 5 and this nigga's a 9. Or if you a 3 and he's a 6. I mean, hell. I mean, quit reaching further. You try to find that pot of gold. I mean, it doesn't always work out. And it doesn't work for everybody. This is not a perfect world. We're gonna have good, we're gonna have bad. And nothing's that easily explained.
Hey, Rich.
Yo.
You still get women phone numbers?
What's that?
You still get women phone numbers?
Yeah, because nowadays they just be like, "What's your IG? What's your Snapchat?"
Well, you know, I'm old school, so you know it was phone numbers back then.
No, I was just saying that. No, I was just saying that because this is what I learned early. This is what I learned early, and this is why I was the way I was. I learned from older cats, and they was like, man, don't be running around asking these women for their phone numbers. If they really like you, give them your phone number, and when they call you, you know you got them. That's what I learned that early. And that's how I got a lot. I'm like, I didn't have to worry about it. As soon as I got that phone call, I knew, boom, I got them.
I'm gonna tell you something else I used to do when I was younger too, right? It was fun, right? I thought I was a shit when I was young. I had fun. You know, everybody, when you're young, everybody thinks they're the shit when you're young. The shit don't stink when you're young. But I used to see girls, and I'll be in my convertible, and I'll just pull out a pen and look at them and show them a pen. I say, look, and they'll come to my car and say, you got paper? And give me their phone number, right?
I didn't
That's simple. I didn't have to use words.
I didn't want it.
A
And
lot of times.
And to be honest, like when I hang out, like some of my old partners, they still go around the spots and they still ask for phone numbers. And I ask them, dude, why you asking for a phone number, dude? I'm like, come on, bro.
You get an Instagram now.
Nah, but see, Ivan, I think that's what's lacking today. I think that's what's lacking because
like
that social interaction, our kids are missing that. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm wondering what type of dude my daughter's gonna bring home. She's almost 20. And I'm like, yo, what kind of dude she gonna bring home? Because these kids nowadays, they don't have that social interaction that we used to have. Like that feeling you get when you see somebody, when you talk to somebody, or you hear their voice. Everything is social media. Everything is liking pictures and you know, just it's so generic now. So I'm always, you know, and I'm always open to understanding them. I talk to her a lot. My communication with her is vast because I want to get an understanding of how that generation works. But I feel like they're so socially inept compared to how we were, you know, growing up, where it was you would ask the woman for the phone number. You would actually pick up the phone and call a woman if you were interested in talking to her. Whereas nowadays, you know, it's what's your Instagram, what's your Snapchat. They could talk for 2 months via text message and never even hear the person's voice. It was something that connected us to that person by hearing their voice. Like it was almost seductive. And I'm like, how the hell do y'all relate to one another nowadays? So,
I mean, it's cool to exchange a number, but I would rather you have mine. That lets me know if you call me, you're thinking about me. I'm on your mind. I got to put it on your mind.
Okay, but women want that same thing.
No,
hey, Raz girl.
This is what happens.
Raz girl.
You get a woman's number, she's gonna clown you. She's gonna clown you.
That's not true. That's not true.
Call it. I've seen too many cats get clowned because they have pursued the number. They get the number.
I think
they'll call them all week long before the bride finally answers.
Rich and crazy.
But that ain't even natural, Ivan. That's not natural for the woman to be holding the mirror. That's not natural.
Nah, you gonna if you're interested in me, call me. I'm not wasting my
Get the
time
hell
calling.
Go ahead, Rick. Get the hell out of here.
This so and so. This so and so. I met you.
So you telling me that the woman?
It ain't happening.
Okay, so that's not even natural for the woman to be pursuing the man. So you're bugging. Because
the woman. It's not pursuit. It's just a phone call.
Okay, but that is pursuit. That is pursuit, and that's old school. So you should know.
Yeah, that's pursuing you, and
no. Okay, nope.
So you want her to chase you, basically?
It ain't a chase. It's not a chase. That just means I'm on your mind. That's all
okay,
it means.
But when you're
on your mind.
Type of man, but you're a traditional type of man. So in a tradition, the man courts the woman. So what are you talking about right now?
Okay, now so once I know that she's called me, she's interested, then I will start the courting process. But only until I know that she's actually genuinely interested in calling me.
And why is it this way? Because you said they're going to be clowned if they ask for this. Because if the woman gives you the phone, obviously she's interested.
Yeah, but she'll give
you.
Sometimes they give the phone number. Sometimes they give the phone number just to get rid of the dude. Sometimes they give a fake phone number.
No, that is true.
Sometimes you get fake phone numbers.
Nah, that women
I'm like, okay,
that back in the day.
Hit me up if you're interested. You think you got time? Hit me up.
Nah,
I'm not asking for you. I'm not asking for your number.
So you telling me though? No, but Ivan, if there was that trick that really caught your eye and you just was feeling her vibe, y'all might have even had a little bit of conversation.
All of that. Put the blinders on. Put the blinders on.
Okay,
all of that.
All right, Rich. What's your perspective on that? Are you asking for the number?
Or you know what? I wasn't even fucking listening. Shit.
God damn it. I'm like 17 shots in and I'm listening.
I was thinking about Raz girl.
Uh-oh. About Raz girl. Where we going now? Where we going now?
Uh-oh.
What you mean thinking about Raz girl? What you was thinking? You got to give him your number, Raz.
You don't remember my story I just told you?
You know, I agree with a lot of your guys' perspective. Like this really clears a lot of things.
Which always got something to say.
I came
That's
in here
right.
to build.
That's right. That's
Yeah, I got
right.
Here to be insulted by some old fake
No, sir.
My number. I need you to
No,
call.
no. This Ivan right here, though. This Ivan right here, that's adding value to the conversation and not attacking. I like this Ivan. I like this Ivan with the red cup that's adding value to the conversation. Not the Ivan that's calling people names. Unless
No.
I got called
talking about my 600
I got to
pounds.
go to Ivan's show. I haven't seen your show, Ivan, dog, but it's in here, so I'm gonna subscribe to you.
Ivan's show is dope, yo. Ivan's show is so laid back, yo. Like he'll drop a question and be like, "Yeah, so what y'all think?" Like I love his show because it's hella laid back.
Was you in there today, Roz? I know Roz was in there. Was you in there today, Fresh?
No, unfortunately, Ivan, I was running around doing stuff instead of being at home taking care of the,
What, for the people that weren't in there, I just want to bring up can I bring up just a question?
Sure. Go ahead, Ivan. I'm afraid.
What do y'all think about Megan Thee Stallion promoting Thotty sauce for Popeyes when y'all just got mad at Mary J. Blige for promoting?
I love the elevator music.
Thotty? Thotty sauce? That's what the
Thotty.
You know what? I'm going to recuse myself from the conversation because I haven't done the appropriate research.
You can look at the commercials.
I have not done the appropriate research, so therefore I cannot state my opinion.
Roz, girl, what you think about the Thotty sauce?
I'm also a Thotty sauce.
Hey, Ivan.
Oh, what's up, Rich?
Where'd you run across me at?
On Shay. It was Shay's channel.
I am in line for the Thotty sauce. Chicken nuggets, here we go.
I gotta look that up. Oh my God, why haven't I? Is this new?
Yeah, it's been commercials all week with her on a little walking around.
So I don't watch. I'm sorry, Ivan. I'm a working woman.
Really be
you can say her name on our show now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
So let me ask you a question, Ivan.
Yeah.
Ivan, I gotta ask you a question. You haven't been in my channel yet?
I was in there one time. What was you talking? I came in there one time because I
Beyonce used to. Beyonce
Kevin and Sales
chicken down here. We love Popeye's chicken.
And I was in there one time, and you was talking about Labudo. Yeah, I came in there one time. I think I'm subscribed to you, Rich.
Yeah.
I think I subscribed to you when I went in there. You was talking about Labudo because you were saying Labudo kicked you out the chat or he did something, and I think I subscribed because I was cracking up. I was like, oh shit. So y'all like the Thotty sauce, but you got married at Mary J. Blige for chicken sandwiches at Burger King when she was out there talking about crispy chicken and lettuce. You know how Mary J. Blige dance, right?
Hell yeah. That's Auntie Mary. We're not about to do Auntie Mary. But now I have to recuse myself. I haven't done the appropriate research. So once I do the appropriate research, then I'll be able to give my
But ain't Mary from Harlem? Ain't Mary J from Harlem?
No, she's from the Bronx. She's from Yonkers.
Oh, she's from Yonkers, okay.
But she is from New York. Auntie Mary. We're not gonna do Auntie Mary, okay?
Hey, she hit a concert down here and the crowd talking about go Mary. Go
Mary.
Mary.
That's right.
All she was doing was this.
She is the queen of hip hop soul. Don't forget it. But at this time,
y'all be taking up. See, y'all be taking up for women and shit. I'm like, there's no holds barred on my shit.
Listen, we're gonna always take up for women, but that doesn't mean that we're not gonna give love and respect to our men, because our Black men are the most underappreciated on the planet. Y'all have to deal with so much going into the world. And I feel like it is our responsibility as Black women to make sure that the home space is a place where y'all can unwind, relax, not worry about, you know what I mean, all of the ways of the world. Like that is supposed to be your kingdom where you can really just be vulnerable and be who you are. So
Y'all take it from
like I,
men, right? Y'all
No,
took it from the black
I was
man.
more or less thinking about
Yeah,
women like
So why
I
y'all
was
didn't
more
take
or
it from
less
me when
thinking
that
about
Jenny
women who's
Craig's
on your
mouth out was
show.
bagging on me?
It's great to keep it balanced, men and women.
you have to.
You
You
know,
know what I mean? Like I said, we have so many male supporters. The most of the people that support us are males. Our black men, like they're here for us. Like that's so important to me and Roz. Like, and it was really unexpected. Like a lot of people coined our show as being a chick show, or it was supposed to be something for just women. But we really wanted to go above and beyond to make sure that men felt included, that they felt respected, that they felt like they had a voice. Like we wanted to give you guys a voice tonight. You know what I mean? I feel like
we already have a voice, but it's good to have one on the
no, but
show.
I'm
I'm
talking
like,
about on our show. Yeah, I'm talking
I'm
about.
glad you had Ivan on there because Ivan kept it balanced. You know, Ivan ain't no punk, right? Pop ain't
That
no punk.
damn Ivan G. That damn Ivan G. Nah,
Nah,
I really
y'all
appreciate
want finna
it.
let that
Yeah.
sweat into the oldie.
Nope. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Why y'all didn't have
Our
her
nails.
cam up?
Nope.
Why y'all didn't
Because
have her
that is
cam?
that's not a requirement. We like it. We want people to cam up, but we want people to feel comfortable. So if you had
She on here look like she was on the Facts of Life.
okay, see. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate y'all.
No place
seriously.
like home.
No, seriously.
With your family around you,
All
you're
jokes
never
aside,
alone.
no, all jokes aside, seriously, from me and Roz both, like, we really appreciate you guys coming up. We appreciate your perspective.
Appreciative, yeah.
Give me a break, gosh.
Hey, see, Roz, look at my bottle though. Roz, look at my bottle. I've been getting it in. Roz, I can't with Ivan.
Musa.
He played too much.
Musa.
No, but you know, I really loved tonight though. I did. I really loved tonight.
No.
I really loved even the banter, like the back and forth between everybody. Like even though they got a little, you know, I really loved it. Like, this was a different episode for us. I think that they added a lot of value. Ron, are you talking?
Yeah. Wow.
Look at Ivan. You see him down there?
What a night.
Hey, Ivan. Listen, Ivan, we're gonna let you say good night. We're gonna let you say good night. Thank you so much for joining us. I really had a lot of fun with you tonight. Like you really that second half though.
I did. I thank them so much. Thank you.
You came through. Like I respect your perspective. One thing, like you the OG, I'm gonna always respect you. You know what I mean, and respect, you know, where you come from. I appreciate you joining us tonight and giving us your perspective. Like I really do appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate. I had a lot of fun coming in here, kicking it with y'all. You know, I talked to Rob.
Don't be a stranger.
No, definitely not. I come here and kick it with y'all. I ain't got no problem with that. You know, if I'm not out and about, then yeah, I definitely be in here. That's why I did my little deal tonight, and I wanted to come in here and kick it with y'all. When I got time, I definitely come in here and kick it with y'all because I like y'all's show. Sometimes I catch a little bit of it, and I have to get up and leave because I'm going somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm with it.
We appreciate you so much, yo. Your support means a lot to us. Like seriously. And we push your platform. I watch when I can. You know, I am a working woman. I don't apologize for that. You know, my husband, if I didn't want to work, I wouldn't have to. Like my husband is that nigga. You know what I mean? But before we got together, I had started building something. I started a business. I started doing something. And my husband just came along and he embellished that. You know what I mean? He gave me the space to be great. He gave me the space to build and continue to build for our children. And I respect him so much for that. But if I wanted to stay home and cook his dinner and I wanted to stay home and just be, you know, in the home tending to the children, he would give me the space to do that. However, my husband has chosen to support me in a way that is beneficial to our family. And I respect him 100% for that. And I'm unapologetic for the life that we live together. So I respect where the tradition comes from. I respect where everyone believes in what they believe. But I think everybody is individual. And whatever works for their household, it works for their household. And I think we don't need to be apologetic for that at all. So I respect you. Thank you so much for your perspective. And I just want to see all of us elevate and grow. Like I want to see us do better as Black people together. Like I want to see that. I want to see that elevation. So there's no disrespect to what you believe, but each individual. I think it really just kind of boils down to what works for that couple and what works for that household.
Exactly. And I want to salute you, ladies, for saying that you do support your Black man, even though your man is Honduran and your man is half Puerto Rican. I really appreciate you, ladies, standing up for your man.
I don't have him. I'm single.
Yeah, he is not.
I'm single. I'm single.
Oh, okay. Oh, what happened to Felipe from Honduras or whatever his name is?
Yo, Roz, this is funny.
The rice and beans salesman.
Salute to you, Ivan D.
Oh, salute.
Seriously, I don't think we better take another one of these tonight. I think.
Can you tell? It wasn't personal. Whoever she was, Eve, the Jenny Craig dropout. Can you tell I have nothing personal against her? If you talk to
started off so good. How you gonna be like?
My cup is empty.
I'll check her out. I come on here to have fun and be insightful. And
we all know that it's love, it's fun, it's
She has tough skin. I'm sure she'll know. She'll hear this.
This is what we're working with.
Hey, y'all do your thing. Salute. I gotta go take one of them long beer pisses, and I'll talk to y'all next time.
Thank you, Ivan. Salute.
Exactly.
Salute.
Rasta girl.
Bye. Thank you.
Rasta.
Can you hear me now?
You hella delayed, girl.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
That was a good ass show.
Oh,
Ron.
okay.
Right.
I don't know what's going on.
For 4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours.
It was. I love it. Yeah. 4.
I can't. It's 4 hours. It's Halloween.
Yeah. It is. Happy Halloween. And what is it? Un Dia de Dos Muertes. Un Dia de Muertes. The Day of the Dead. Un Dia de Muertes. Right?
Yeah, you have to think too much. It's Halloween. Listen, you guys, we really love y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all for staying for 3 hours, 42 minutes, and 26 seconds and still counting. Like that means so much to us that you guys hung in there with us. Please remember breast cancer awareness. The month may be over after today, but the awareness still continues. Please, women, remember to do your self-exam. Remember to go start your mammograms at age 40. African American women may need to start a little earlier than that. Get your BRCA test. Make sure that you don't have those genes that could mutate into breast cancer genes. And just, men and women, just treat each other better. Like our love, I don't like the fact that our love is even being referenced as toxic. Like for me, that hurts. That hurts my feelings because, like, I love a black man. We have black children. We have, and I don't want that to be the narrative that we're living. Um, some of the panelists today had opposing views. I agreed with some, disagreed with others, but that's the beauty of this country is that we can do that and still be able to be on this platform and respect one another. So thank you to everybody that came up today. I really do appreciate you guys. Um, let's just work at being better towards one another because I do think that the black family, it's about time for a comeback for that. Like it's time for us to really take our places. Um, because the black family I feel is the most powerful family to ever exist. So let's get back to that and loving one another and understanding one another and doing whatever it takes to restore that. So that's all I have to say.
Well, that's good. I agree with the things that you said. I
And
want to thank
I'm drunk as hell.
I want to thank our panelists who were on the show tonight. You guys gave us great energy and y'all contributed greatly well to this discussion tonight. Also, what is it? The Ignorant Mistress Report. They also have their own channel, so make sure you guys go and subscribe to them. They put out sometimes weekly or daily reports of like current events going on in the city. I seen them put out a report about missing children. It was like a news article, but they put it out to keep people informed and things like that. So on their YouTube show, they do put out blurbs and clips of information that we really don't see that we should see, and I think it's very informative. So make sure you guys subscribe to them. There's two hosts there, female and male, and they're full of fire.
They are still going at it in the chat. I love y'all, yo. This is hilarious. This is definitely going down in the books for us. Like this was a different show for us. This was the most amount of panelists that we've ever had, and even though there was some banter and some back and forth, I really feel like a lot of information was shared, and like it was really, it was still very positive. So you got your Ivy and Eve. Love you guys. Thank you so much for making tonight's episode be so like crazy.
So Kevin and Sales, Rich Bleezy, Shanna, Sales, thank you.
It was
moderators. I said the Misfits, the Ignorant Report.
No, the other girl that was on there.
Shannon Sales.
Yeah, Shannon in accounting. Yes. Girl, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you tuning in with them going back and forth. We heard
moderators in the chat. Fresh Breezy.
Yes, thank you, Fresh Breezy.
Shayna, Willow Podcast.
BBB.
Fresh, you feeling good, ain't you?
I'm busted. I'm busted. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm busted. I'm just waiting for this damn camera to go up. I ain't even lying.
Okay.
I'm over here just repeating. I'm just over here repeating everything you're saying. Like, yup. Y'all see this bottle? I drink this shit myself. Okay, and I'm about to take one more before I go to bed.
Thank you all for joining. We love y'all so much. All the cash apps received are greatly appreciated. So thank you for that. Love each and every one of y'all. Please join us on Wednesday night. We will be having a show. So it'll be Wednesday night at 8, hopefully. So if y'all can come, be there. But for now, we're going to play a little music. And thank you all for joining. Fresh Breezy, Eve, Willie Podcast.
Thank you guys so much.
Andre Obama, thank you for coming and staying. All you guys that I see, King Twin, yes, salute. We love y'all. Be safe for Halloween. If you're taking your kids trick or treating, check their candy. Look after them, hold their hands, and if not, just pray in the house and do what y'all do. But we'll see y'all later.
Yes. Happy Halloween, everybody. Have a good night. We love you. Tune in for our next episode. What did you say? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
All right. Good night, guys.
Bye.
I'm in my bag. Ooh. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. All the cash shit, tweaking finesse it. All the games, I'm not to be messed with. Y'all be playing, shit so temporary. One in the chamber, one up, I need leverage. Y'all completely flip the square, no director. I'm tryna break the bank while y'all break up. Too much at stake, yeah. That's a fact. Imagine that it was the close ones. They'll stab you in your back. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. When I step out, I'm giving them chills. Run your bag up, and you know the feel. You know I'm up next. I'm running up checks, stepping on next. Know I had to flex. Tonight on my neck, put my man in big X. Buy my mama a jet. You bitches were choosy, could never be like y'all. Fucking with no goofies, just to be groupies. At the end of the day, you niggas gon' choose me. Running up a bag, whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. I see I'm coming strong, like I can't do no wrong. If you ain't feel me before, you gon' feel me now. I'm making big moves now, giving you bitches something you can talk about. Check the progress, know what the loss is. Now I'm flawless, a bigger bag now. Yeah, I'm focused. They try to count me out, but I'm chosen. The circle's just begun. If you want a problem, my teammates hold them guns. They slang them just for fun. So when they come to run, I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag. Never would've made it. Never could've made it without you.
The pimp god is good. Come to the church of Yellow J, it's an experience. Where all my first ladies sweeter than spearmint. If you running from police, I hope you clear the fence. And if you didn't make it, shut the fuck up, keep some sense. Unique told me that you beefing with them, hold me back. We're from the coldest south of living in the coldest set. If you don't like what I say, then hold my set. I'm a god of human clothes, my bones are the facts. I'm a shorty fat, my fin higher than stars and stats. You think I took my phone you quicker than a car that's crashed? You talk about the black hole, I'm the largest ass. I slim a folk quicker than a Vince Carter pad. But I danced with the devil yesterday, I'm hard as cash. If I could part the Red Sea, I'd part you fast. I hit you in your chin, shard your glass. I'm from the Reuben Carter class, call a mask. The only king I know is smash. I'm old school Miss Parker class. In my hood, I'm revolution. They call me Dr. Good Joffy X. Girl, take your clothes off, it's hot as set. She took her nose to the cotton set. Pick with her nostril, yes. Will I partake? I confess. I wouldn't join you with a vacuum jet. I'm a pimp, I pass the test.
This game I love so much, done switched on me, so what do I do now? I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mine on my money and my music. This game I love so much, done switched on me, so what do I do now? I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mine on my money and my music. I let the beat talk to me till you take a walk with me. Move swiftly in and out of them spots, getting that jiffy. Pockets full of cornbread. Nigga, I've been nice since the cop shot cornbread. Thoroughbred, V12 horses on the V. The Porsches looking gorgeous, be cautious walking around me. Cross your eyes, dot your T's. Better watch what you're saying when you're conversing with me. Got men that's hungry, they'll go on a murder spree for a Jeep. Nice to meet you. For a feature, I'm charging a small fee. For a big verse, that's the closest you'll get to a big verse. I'm charismatic in the middle of traffic, put the whip in reverse. Then switch gears on you bastards, it's a gift and a curse. To be a real one when you're rapping and you're talking that talk. While they getting millions for capping, I'm beyond meat. Crunching on berries, yeah, I'm the captain. I see real when I look in the mirror and stare it back at this game I love so much, I switched on me, so what do I do now? I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mine on my money and my music. This game I love so much, I switched on me, so what do I do now? I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mine on my money and my music. Fell in love with the game as a youngin'. I had a vision like the pirates in the kitchen. I was whipping like a slave owner. I played the block, pistol gripping on that same corner. I was pitching just to get it, but my main caller was doing this here. I'm hotter than you shit, yeah, the kid here. Who else can make 2020 a good year? You are now witnessing the making of a legend. Plus I'm clever, see this all complete the cipher like a 7. Yeah, you know the vibe, special talents like 11. Stranger things been happening, and y'all niggas let them. But don't sweat it, my presence is a gift. There's a shift in the culture, and I'm here to fill that void, kill that noise, damn it. This flow here is gold standard. Paint this album on the canvas, that's a kilo. Probably over your head, you know my stilo. About the green like CeeLo, flaming hot like Cheetos. Jordan over Craig Elo. This game I love so much, I switched on me, so what do I do now? I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mine on my money and my music. This game I love so much, I switched on me, so what do I do now? I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mine on my money and my music.